So, welcome, wrestling fans. We've got a night for you. It's Friday. Here we are, the Midway Wrestling Alliance. You're tuning in for action, you're gonna get it. You're tuning in for wrestling, you're gonna get it. You're going in for drama, you're gonna get that too. And let me introduce you, our MC for the night, Mr. Marcus Flores.
That's the way to call it in, huh? Welcome, you sons of guns. Hey, what's up? It's your old buddy. It's Uncle Gus here. And oh no, we're not going to play D&D. We're going to play Worldwide Wrestling. We're actually doing a bit of play and a bit of creation. It's like zero session, and then we'll get into a bit of wrestling later. And you might think to yourself, gosh, I'm going to watch my friends play a fighting game. I mean, was this Street Fighter from White Wolf, which was a lot of fun, actually, a whole lot of fun. No, it's a game of drama, and with us, of course, it's a game of comedy because we're not only playing wrestlers who will be trying their best to put on a performance for you, but we're going to be playing behind the scenes. We're going to be playing the people behind the wrestler. This is not Mickey Rourke wrestler. This is not Arnowski's wrestler, which is fantastic. This is more of like a Lorne Michaels kind of wrestling, or maybe The Office meets wrestling. So you're going to see a lot of behind the scenes talking heads and our real life entertainers dealing with life as well as in ring. So I guess we're going to get started. I will jot you around the screen. Everybody's going to introduce themselves, and then we're going to get reacquainted with our wrestlers, which we kind of had a little session zero about that. And then I'll speak about tone and maybe our bit of mindset. We'll take a little break. I'll book some matches. We'll get into matches. We'll do some behind the scenes interviews, and we're gonna wrap up our first episode of the Midway Wrestling Alliance. I am going to go this way. We're going to go to my, there's a kitty, to my right. I don't know if you're going to recognize Jessica, but I'm going to switch it to Jess. Introduce yourself, say hi, and who are you playing tonight?
Hi, friends. It's me, Jessica Gloom. You probably recognize me easily. I'm currently playing Ned Hogg. He's a bit of a throwback character. If you know me, you might recognize Ned Hogg from when he was a beautiful, poetic lumberjack back in the day. He's finding his renaissance in this here Midway Wrestling Alliance as a extraordinarily kind Canadian wrestler, here to help bring the sport and the beauty of wrestling back into the ring. I'm Ned Hogg. Hey, buddy.
It's the gentle giant from Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan, 6'10" and just full of hugs.
Good gravy. That's a beast of a human.
Yeah, well, I don't know about all that. Seems like a bit much.
Down below me, but not beneath me, one of my favorite creative role-playing game writers, a person I like by my side when I think of goofy shit as well as inspiring drama. It's Tony. Say hi, Tony.
Hi, I'm Tony. I will be portraying Glenn, the dermatologist, who is a failed and disbarred dermatologist from Malibu. Dermatologist to the stars at one point, famous on the internet for 2 weeks. Still trying to get that back. Perhaps he's peaked. I don't know. We'll find out.
Still trying to. Oh, the glory days of 2 weeks of fame on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all trying to get that back, really. We're trying to get that back now with this thing, but we'll see. To my 7 o'clock, the person who helps me never stay on rails if I'm on a railroad of storytelling. It's Rob. Say hi.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Worldwide Wrestling
for your entertainment on this Friday to distract you and submerge yourself within the immersion of the ring from off of the top rope. It's Rob, aka Swordfish, the mysterious masked off the top rope, always ready to dive down, put the clamshell on a enemy and claim himself the champ. Gonna head to Rhode Island and get some calamari.
Swordfish is going to give all that to you and more, from the top rope to the deep end. It's coming. Wonderful. And repping Gamescape San Francisco, as well as repping the San Francisco Giants, because we need somebody here who knows sports. That's not me. So, hey, it's Alibi.
Hello, I am Alapai Michaels, and I will be Charg, the monster, who's just really, really big hulk of a man, who, you know, is a hulk of a man in the arena. Really wants to be more than that as an actor, you know, but, you know, whatever. It's the role that he's given. So he'll, you know, do his best with it.
That's right. This is just a rung on the ladder until you're back doing Hamilton again. So some said that Charg, I forget Charg's real name. Probably
Brandon Sutherland.
That's Brandon Sutherland. Probably gave one of the best George Washington portrayals, but that's neither here nor there. We're in the Midway Wrestling Alliance. So, all right. So now we're going to get to. Oh, by the way, we're playing with the beta, a slight beta version. It's improved, building session by session of the second edition of the Worldwide Wrestling Alliance. Not Alliance, sorry, role-playing game. Alliance is my thing. So we decided to slightly recreate some of our characters. So we'll be doing that for you now. So Nedhog, what's the gimmick or playbook you'll be using?
It was once known as the Young One, but is now in 2. Is it 2.0?
I think it's. I mean, I would think it's 2.0 by now. It's 2. August.
2. August. I am now playing the Call Up, which is basically the same art except colored in. Looks fantastic still. I don't know if there's too many differences outside of the wants.
Okay.
I think, but then, yeah, I'm not a wrestling person, so I'm not good at this game. We're gonna learn together, though.
And you know, once again, it has the veneer of wrestling, but it is not wrestling.
Oh, actually, look at this. There is a difference. I have a finishing move now, which I didn't have before, as the Young One.
Oh, good for you.
Look, I know. I'm excited about it.
Good for you.
I think my finishing move is just going to be a hug.
Oh, the bear hug.
Yeah. Is that what they call it?
Filled with emotion and empathy, but boy, does it hurt when somebody 6'10" is crushing you.
Oh man, I didn't mean to hurt you.
All right. So Nedhog will be playing the Call Up, and we'll go over like our heat and our wants and all of that after we run around the table a bit. Tony, Glenn the Dermatologist is going to be what playbook? Playbook, for those that don't know, is kind of your character class. And in Worldwide Wrestling, they're called gimmicks.
Yeah, so formerly he was the addict, and he was a gambling addict, but I think I'm going to go with the luminary now.
The luminary.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
Luminary. Luminary is like what, former celebrity or current celebrity kind of getting into this thing using a bit of their star power, I believe. Is what I'm
more star than wrestler, I guess.
Yeah, is what I'm getting from this. in the wrestling biz, they're also known as part-timers, because they're just using wrestling to get to another movie role, and not to say that The Rock is a part-timer. He's a full-time empire. So Rob, who will be playing Swordfish, what is the gimmick we've got for you?
This is Playtest Draft 3 from March 2020.
Yes.
The revisions are, the once, the finishing move, and the way heat works. And the way that my character originally was the high flyer, and I have been molded over into the luchador, and just the heel also seems to be a little bit different, and obviously the addition of, like I said, these once. So,
okay,
but there's not that much of a change.
Okay, and we could, we'll tweak around with. I mean, they're tweaking the gimmicks themselves too. So who knows what it'll be. Next
The bonds are different. Three of the four bonds are different in their core. So
okay,
that's a thing.
Yes, it is. As you know,
just the complete history of your character. That's all. Nothing too big.
Right. No. Just the backbone of your character. All right. Alpi Charg is still the monster, I believe.
Charg is still the monster, and there's very little change to the monster's gimmick.
Okay.
Just pretty much added a want, changed what one of the moves is around a bit, and added just adding to stat move. Okay. And that's pretty much the only difference for the monster.
And so with that, I think we're going to get into heat, a little bit of wants. Heat is kind of your connection to your other player characters, as well as you can use your heat to put it to non-player characters or non-player wrestlers. And you use heat in this game to build up your audience being basically the hit points of the persona that you're portraying. When somebody doesn't have any more audience, well, the audience doesn't really want to see you. So then management says maybe you should reinvent yourself or go find a different wrestling federation because nobody cares. So you're not entertaining. So we're gonna go and we're gonna hit up Jess, because I want to refamiliarize myself. That's a word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school.
Yes.
We kind of did English there. It's mostly Latin. I'm gonna get me refamiliarized with your heat a bit. So with Jess for Ned Hogg, what is your first heat? It says, who has sung praises to get me on the roster?
Oh, looks like that is something else that's changed. But oh man!
And if you want, you can also
read.
and if you want, you can also turn it over to me, and I will assign it to a non-player wrestler if you want me to do that as well.
Well, I think let's just do this right now. I'm kind of trying to take what I had before and apply it in the same kind of theme. So, sung my praises to get me on the roster sounds a lot like train me in the dojo, which is Swordfish. Was kind of my little buddy there. And I don't know, Rob, is that okay with you still? You want to sing my praises? Well,
I think that's awesome because it can work with one of the ways that my heat has also changed.
Fascinating.
The beginnings of surf and turf.
Just like that.
6 feet 10 inches of Canadian breaking.
Right, yeah. Swordfish has sung your praises. They're like, look here. He's a happy kid. He's happy-go-lucky, but the son of a bitch is 6'10". He is 6'10", 400 plus pounds. I don't care if you only train him how to hug. People are going to want to see this freak of nature from the Canadian wilderness to come on.
Gosh darn it, can I hug? I can hug so good.
Management's like, yeah. And then they see the 6'10" person come in. They're like, oh, yeah, please wrestle in my federation.
I think the next one that I had before was who is too famous to associate me, but that is sort of similar to who thinks I'm completely overrated, and that was Glenn the Derm before. So
okay,
do you think I'm overrated? My mustache moves when I talk.
I think you know what I think is I think you've had some work done and you're not telling everyone because your skin is just too good. I don't know.
I love it. Yeah, I love that Glenn the dermatologist is not concerned about your wrestling talent taking away from his shine or anything like that. It's just the skin.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh no.
What else matters?
You've had to have some kind of anesthetician, like abrasion or something. Like
I know what you do. You're not out there cutting wood to
it's
get
just
fit.
This
I know you're paying someone money, and I'm okay with it. But you should become clean.
I promise, but it's just this Saskatoon air.
Right, it's the clear water of Canada. It's none of this fluoride here in the U.S. Yeah. So Glenn hates how nice your complexion is.
Well, you know what, Glenn? I think that's a compliment, and I say thank you, but
threatened by youth, look, build, yeah,
right, yeah.
Also appeal, YouTube appeal as well. So
right, yeah. There's no need for ring light on Ned Hogg. It just seems to glow anyways.
No, that's sweet of you to say.
What else have you got there?
Well, my next one is kind of weird. It had been a very positive one. Who sees my potential for stardom? And I had that written down as Brandon because I remember Alapai. It was specifically not Charg, but the real life Brandon. That was like, no, you're looking really good. But now my new ones are, with whom do I have an old rivalry that can now be restarted, and whose spot am I threatening to take now that I'm here? So, Alapai, I don't know if one of those seems more accurate for you.
Well, I am also a giant person, so you could potentially be threatening the spot that I have of the monster there. You're also this gigantic person that is competing.
Oh, no, right. Sure. You're really big too, buddy. You shouldn't worry about it. Look at you.
Brandon Sutherland, of course, comes in as an actor and says, I'll be portraying Chag, the wild missing link man, and then the 6'10" thing comes in, you're like, oh, fuck.
I don't have a persona, I'm just me.
Yeah. I love that it's a Amadeus thing where it's how can I get that big?
You're doing great, buddy. You're just a real star. And then I'll make the other one Mr. Twister, since that was the other one anyway, so that'll work. And then that's my heat. That looks pretty good.
Okay, so with each of those, you have remember you have +1 heat. With everybody that this applies to, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Heat is, heat just means you have something viable going with them. So you have one with Swordfish, Glenn, Charg, and Miss Trisser, Bill Alley, who could not join us tonight. So we will go down to Glenn, the dermatologist, who is now a luminary, which I am interested in because this is a brand new gimmick sheet for me to check out. Glenn, what you got going on there in the heat department?
So I want to come clean. I'm a heel. The other stuff, they're sort of similar, but I'm open to change them or anything.
Okay.
So I think we could start with who wants me to retire already. And we had kind of a go. Glenn and Charg had, I don't know if it was was it kayfabe rivalry, if it was like your real sister.
Yeah.
which I'm okay with either. So,
I would say
so
it's mostly not real, but it's definitely
Yeah.
real for everybody watching.
I see. So both Brendan Sutherland and Charg would like Glenn the dermatologist and Glenn to retire from this whole thing.
I don't think it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot why would you want them to retire?
Well, I mean, he's this guy who's just terrible for my sister, so
Oh,
I just
yeah.
need him out of there.
Right. Yeah, you want him to retire because what was her name? Plumeria?
Plumeria.
Plumeria.
Plumeria is a non-player wrestler, a non-player character who is a young woman who is the sister of Brandon Sutherland and who
The sister of Charg.
the sister of Charg. Sorry, sister of Charg. In script, Charg, of course, is from Parts Unknown, from a steamy, mysterious jungle, much like Blanca, and and Pulmeria is the Fey Ray meets sister who brings him out of the jungle. So Glenn, of course, is dating Pulmeria. And of course, like any good older brother who's like, oh, this guy's not good enough for you. Although Charg, I'm sure, is like, she's like, oh, Charg.
Pretty much.
Charg, you don't know him like I know him. What else do we
for you?
He no good. Fire bad or Glenn bad. Glenn, anything else? For you?
So the second one is who is honored to be on my team.
Oh, right. Who is honored to be on your team? Is that going to be one of the player characters, or is that going to be a non-player wrestler?
I think before Ned Hogg was had a similar background tie, where Ned Hogg appreciated me, even though I didn't appreciate Ned Hogg, which it sounds like.
I'm such a fan of your YouTube channel. It was amazing while it lasted, Glenn. I was one of your first subscribers.
So right now we've got an uneasy tag team between Glenn the dermatologist and Ned Hogg. This kind of in between heel baby face, this tweener of Glenn the dermatologist and Ned Hogg, who Ned Hogg is happy to be on a tag team with you, but you're Glenn hates your complexion and the popularity you have and all this other stuff. You're taking the light away from Glenn the dermatologist.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'll make sure to hold you up in the spotlight.
Anything else? You got any more heat?
Yeah, I have one more. Who knows my at least one of my dark secrets. Which I think I talked a little bit to Rob about taking if he was interested.
Okay. And your dark secret, your dark secret is your gambling addiction, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing a Pete? Are you Pete Rosing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete
Pete
Rosing it.
I mean, I got to get new equipment for my YouTube channel,
which is also the most insane thing. You're Pete Rosing wrestling. You're Pete Rosing a pre-scripted entertainment sport, which you're just like, hey, put your.
Is it possible? Oh, it's
I was in the creative meeting. Put your money on this person.
I was in the rehearsal earlier.
I know. I was looking at the book. I was looking at the books. I know who's booked to win this thing. It's It's not me, or put it on me, and I'm gonna totally screw up everybody in the middle of the ring, and everybody's gonna be pissed at me in the locker room.
Bet on me slipping and knocking myself out before I even make it to the ring. Go to Vegas with that one slim odd.
Right.
You know, the price of fame is that you get used to some luxuries, you know. And I know it was only 2 weeks on the internet for a brief period, but still.
You were
It's a
great.
shining brief period, though.
Yeah, it was a very bright brief period.
All falling stars sometimes are falling faster than you can perceive. So.
Yep.
You're always shining bright for me, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure
Like
are.
a diamond, as Riri would say.
I'll sing it for you.
And I had one last one, which was who was instrumental in my early success, and I was gonna hold that for Bill if he wanted it.
Okay.
Mr. Twister.
Okay, we'll put that for Bill's character for Mr. Twister. Will be instrumental in your earlier success. Probably got you into the Midway Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah, that's
said,
what I was thinking. He reached out and grabbed me. Yeah.
Yeah. Said like, guys, we were trying to build up our federation. There's this YouTube star who has a skincare how-to channel that you really got to check out.
I definitely imagine that Glenn has he did one of those like pyramid scheme things that you get people on Facebook trying to sell you in on the skincare. And
Glenn's trying to make his own Amway kind of thing.
I think the disclaimer before the how to make your own butt implants episode wasn't tight enough.
It didn't. You didn't workshop it enough. When I like the fact maybe Glenn is he's the wrestling YouTube version of right now Gwyneth Paltrow, who's trying to get everybody onto the gloop and essential oils and whatnot. You're you're trying to get people onto your skincare regimen.
Hey, you can have like a ball sack perfume. It'll be almost the same. A candle that smells like your balls.
I mean, have you been noticing a lower libido? Maybe you should try some vitamin C serum. I don't know. Try it just to see what it does. $70 a bottle.
I need you to check out.
Put it on your face.
Need you to check out this.
Libido. I don't know how much.
This muskrat oil.
It could work.
It could work. It smells like your ball sack.
Smells manly.
Rob or Swordfish, give me them heat. Give me that heat.
Bubble. I like the way that they change these heats around. To be honest, it's more wrestling. I feel I couldn't take this over to Dungeon World. Like these are for this.
Well, yeah. It's
which is like in my old one was like who always has my back, and like you could put that into any powered by
you put anything, and this is more focused on the emulation of
and this one is who allied wrestling with me on my first team.
Yeah, so the writing makes it a little focuses it a bit. Okay,
it ratchets it a little tighter. First on my team, allied on it with is Ned Hogg.
Oh, so that was. Oh, I see. So we'll say what Surf and Turf was an originating team when you talked to Ned Hogg up, brought him into the thing, and then now Ned Hogg is on his own.
Exactly.
With Glenn. Okay, sweet.
I miss those days of Surf and Turf. Those were good times. Real fun. Yes. We'll bring it back.
Tag teams are always easier.
Yeah,
and they're great. They're great promotion. Great clips.
Yeah, you double up on it.
What he said. Yeah.
You got one leading the team, one who's kind of who's going to be the breakout star, but of course Ned Hogg doesn't have the head big enough to be a breakout star, and it just kind of gets taken advantage of again and again and put into other teams.
Whatever you need, buddy.
There's got to be some combination that this kid works in.
We keep trying to. I mean, we're just a fledgling federation, so we don't have any belts, but we're going to make a belt and we want to put it on Nedhog. But Nedhog's like, I don't know, maybe we could all like share, like Flea Flicker share the belt or something.
Yeah.
Like, what about a participation trophy? And we're like, Jesus, Nedhog, you're 6'10", almost 500 pounds. We want to give you this belt.
Well, but what if we all just like light a candle together and kind of sing a little about how much we appreciate each other?
Brother. I'm telling you, we got to get asses in the seats here, and this is not going to do it. You got to help me out here, please. Body slam somebody once, just once, for goodness.
But what if I hurt him?
Oh my! we're friends. You're not gonna. That's your coworker. We're trained to not hurt one another, and it does hurt anyways. Just put them on the thing.
We have medics.
Here. We're selling tickets. What else we got? Swordfish.
My next one is, who thinks I don't deserve my mask?
Yes, that. Are you wearing the diving mask?
The
diving bell mask. Element. Sorry, yeah.
It is going to be Charg.
Okay.
Charg, why don't you want me to wear my mask?
Yeah.
I want you to show who you are to the world. You're this, mysterious figure inside this, and you don't deserve to look as cool as you do. Just show yourself regularly.
Yeah, just show it up.
You look suspicious and my cool. I like it.
They need your face. Have you always show up with the foghorn goes off, all this smoke machine comes in, suddenly there's this almost like diving bell Scooby-Doo villain shows up and they're just like, it's Swordfish! It's Swordfish! By God, it's Swordfish!
Release a couple of seagulls inside the stadium.
Yeah, there's just they'll hit number 5 on the keyboard and you hear, crowd's like, oh my God, Swordfish! Swordfish! Everybody's like, wait, believe it, Swordfish! It's a great
dive from the top
song if you want.
And next will be, who keeps ripping off my high-flying styles?
I believe that was Twister before?
It was, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to create a women's worldwide wrestling league, and there's a nautical themed woman by the name of Deep End who mimics my moves
perfectly,
like Taskmaster on Clint Barton.
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness gracious. You mean she does it even cooler because she's got Buccaneer boots and a skull mask.
Exactly. She's lighter and tighter. The moves just those somersaults. I can't do that in this bulky suit. And the diving bell makes it really hard.
Yeah, and Charg's
that mask.
Charg's like,
without
the mask,
so cool.
It does.
Can you imagine how cool you could be? That's what's probably holding you up, and that's what's making Deep End so much cooler. She's so much cooler than you.
She is really cool. She's a nice lady too.
She is a nice lady. Yep.
You're a classically trained theater actor. You got to play off the other person. It's hard when they got a mask on. So.
Yeah. She's gonna be my Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Billie Jean King.
Yeah.
In my final one,
there's a tennis reference, a very old tennis reference.
That was for
if you remember that. Welcome to being 50 years old or 40. It's
that was for.
To be fair, they've made movies.
They have made movies.
But,
You're right. I'm sorry. I was just going with. I actually saw it.
Oh yeah.
Lock eyes.
Arthur Ashe was God in my household.
Yeah, he's fucking
Um,
amazing.
Playing tennis was a classy thing to show off that you were smart black,
I know, right?
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 And my final will be, who is trying to convince me to change my mask, my style, or both?
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Glenn.
Saw that coming.
Mask or style, or both. Ooh.
I'm gonna say mask for sure.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna say that Glenn is obsessed with my skin. And it's like, you have that mask on all the time. There's just no way your pores.
That's
breathe.
terrible for your pores. He's
gonna be
like,
sweating
you're
in
gonna
there?
get masked knee, and you don't want
You're just
that.
breathing in your own air. You're getting moist.
Right. You're breathing into your own air.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna kill yourself.
You're gonna-
because that's how masks work.
And you're gonna get in marked force. Yeah, that's how it works in these diving.
Is there any
Yeah.
other thing you
Well,
can do?
yeah.
Is there any other gimmick that might work for you?
All right. Ooh, there might be an unmasking because Glenn is pushing that way. Oh my God.
Oh, Glenn.
It's one hand in the mask and the other hand in the moisturizer.
Yep. I'm doing this for your own good. He's like prying off the
Exfoliate.
diving bell mask.
The moisturizer pie, like the cream pie, but it's good for your skin.
Yeah, exactly.
Apricot scrub from the top rope.
Yeah, that's it. It goes to the top rope and he's squeezing this scrub and jumps off. Instead of like the mandible claw, it's on the face. You're just like, ow! My God, I smell apricot. How could senior referee Scoot Bumsky not smell the apricot? That's a scrub there. He's using a scrub. I don't know if that charcoal is enriched. Charg, or is that, and that's it for swordfish, correct?
Yeah, those are the new moves. Yeah.
Okay. Charg.
So
While
while my heat hasn't really changed in terms of questions, I think I want to change up who I'm doing the questions with, since we've
okay.
some other things here.
Okay.
So who is legitimately terrified of me? I feel like that's probably Glenn now.
Yes. Glenn is legitimately terrified of you both in and out of the ring as Charg and Brandon Sutherland.
There's been times backstage where you've been walking down the hall and I've been walking the other way and I've coughed and went into the woman's bathroom. No explanation.
Right. You just duck into any bathroom.
Just tidying up. Yeah. Just tidying up.
That's awesome. Right.
Yeah. And then who's made me look weak? That I think still goes to Ned Hogg.
Right. I think that was we had said that it kind of happened backstage. Like there was a ring malfunction where one of the poles, one of the ring poles kind of snapped, and I mean that could have.
I mean, how was I
killed
supposed
somebody?
to know it would weigh half a ton? I didn't know that. I didn't mean to make you look bad. I just didn't want you to be crushed under something that you couldn't really lift up, buddy.
He just catches. He just catches
the strong one.
It's like, oh golly, that almost took your shoulder out, pal.
Boy, you gotta watch where you're stepping. Let's just.
Oh golly, hold on. Let me just repair this. Like one-handed wrenching this ring.
Where did you get a tire jack from? I just carry it.
You never know who needs one.
You never know. And you know what? I've just got, just hold your horses here. We're going to just put you up onto this gurney that I also carry with me. Just in case.
All right. Ned Hogg legitimately. Yeah, and that was one of the things creative backstage. Is like, oh my shit. Like, thanks for saving him. And holy God, that would have been horrific if that pole would have fell on any audience member. But also, now it makes Charg look like he's not a monster.
Well, I mean,
Maybe at one point Charg was like, rah, and then the thing came in, and Brandon Sutherland's like, oh, good God. The audience hears him, like, hears his actual real voice. Oh my goodness.
Ned Hogg.
Oh my
so
goodness.
sweet.
Someone snatched that pylon.
Oh, oh my good. That was me talking, everybody. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Your
That's a
voice.
pylon.
Pile. I'm sorry. I tried.
Oh my golly.
Oh boy. Whew. Wow.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Anything else for you, Charg?
Yes.
The electric
So,
beast from the jungles.
who helps me come up with new directions for my character? And I feel like that's now Plumeria,
Okay.
my sister, who has helped develop the monster, as I've appeared over time, from much less coherent to, present, speaking, the odd word, but not very much, but still growing because of that.
Yeah, Brendan probably asks the woman who plays Plumeria to be like, well, could you just talk to them about? I could use a few more lines, perhaps, and I speak. I don't mind the grunting. I've Andy Serkis does beautiful ape work in the Planet of the Apes movie franchise, but I could use a bit of I don't know. I just don't want to grunt all the time.
It's like dialogue.
I want dialogue. I was in Shakespeare. I was in Othello, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna make. So obviously, Plumeria is coming in on this this thing. So I'm gonna add her to my list of non-player wrestlers. Is Plumeria. All right, Plumeria, the tamer, the wild tamer. She's probably going to be portrayed as some sort of like anthropologist or something.
Oh yeah, she's got to be Jane.
Meanwhile, she actually works in the office taking care of accounting. Which makes her one of the most important people because she controls the money. And anything else? We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
So then the last one, who can stand up to me in the ring, and that is the swordfish.
Speed versus strength, eh?
Yeah. Try to, slam down and just, able to just always get around me.
No matter how quick the shark may be, the remora is right behind you.
What fish are you?
What? Where are you?
It's a loose nautical theme. It's gonna
right.
find
Yeah.
its boundaries.
It's always
I'm
changing.
confused.
I'll get you.
What is my motivation?
I'll get you. I'll get you is what I mean. Yes, that's
yes. And now let's get a little bit. So we'll do our wants. Wants are things that are kind of focused at the end of play. If during play or during the session at the end, if it pops up, but it also is. Wants are kind of like your alignment. They're kind of what drives your character if you pick them. So you pick the desire that most drives you. When you have a match that satisfies your want, you take an advance and you pick a new want. So you basically are going to pick one out of these that is the character's alignment. It's their driving force as to what creative as well as the person portraying the character wants to go for, right now I will say, because we're small, I'm going to say we don't have any belts yet to go after. There's no like heavyweight title or championship title to go after, or even tag team title, will probably play into creating those titles. Like, and you all, and probably chat when sessions come around, can help us develop what those titles are and what they look like. So if there is a want that says go after a title, skip that for now, and we'll wait till that gets created. So Ned Hogg, what want do you got
Well, it seems
besides
like
to be everybody's friend?
I was really disappointed to not see that on the list, honestly. But the closest I could get was join a group.
Join a group.
I just want to be like someone's buddy. I want someone that whenever I see him, it's an automatic high five, no matter
Yep.
what. Just a quick boop. I love you too, man. Hug. Whatever it is. I just want to be. I want to be someone's bad, like buddy, backup. I don't know.
Okay.
I think creative doesn't really love that, but I'm just trying.
Creative's got it. They're like, okay, fine. I mean, there's plenty of groups. There's plenty of factions, wrestling factions around, both good and bad. There's lots of different.
Oh, bad. That could be fun too, huh?
They're like, we're trying to write you into this thing. I need you to portray a bad guy, Ned Hogg. Like,
oh, wow.
I don't know if I can do that.
Chase after you. And,
God damn it. Tony, Glenn, the dermatologist, what's a want that Glenn would like?
Mainstream recognition. I gotta go for the one that's obvious. After the tragic build your own butt implants episode on YouTube, I was so close to getting
the big table.
Is there a copper one? I think there's a silver one, but whatever the lowest award is, I was so close to getting that. I just want to get back to that point.
Yeah. She wants some recognition. So you're very interested when the Midway Wrestling Alliance says for Friday Night FRACAS, our the debut of Friday Night FRACAS, we possibly could go on Twitch and develop a brand that way. Television deal? No, not yet. But we're gonna get there. Maybe. This is about as good as cable access, so
it's twitch.tv. There's TV right there.
There's TV in it, Glenn.
Well, that's good enough for me.
That's right.
Everything's a step.
So, and I will start to gear the narrative towards that too. So, Swordfish, is there a want for you?
There's so many things I want.
I know.
There's so many things I want to say. Like literally, I just like what song I want to come out to. Like all of these things just happen to.
Oh, all that's coming.
But it just clicked. Anyway, what Swordfish wants is to show that he can do anything you can do in heels. He wants the adulation of the crowd. He wants to be the top notch.
The adulation of the crowd. That's right. There is a there is a move or a spot in second edition Worldwide Wrestling, which is top of the card, meaning you have so much audience that you are what everybody wants to see. Yeah.
Yes.
I always want to see a Swordfish. You're just you always got a quip. It's great.
Yeah, creative's like, thank you, Ned. They're just like in the meeting room, like, God damn it.
Just putting it in there.
Meeting room, which is basically like the couches by the bar, before the space opens up. And Charg, what want do you have going into this session?
Well, I'd say that Brandon also just wants the audience to, wants the audience approval that
Mhm.
misses from the theater
From the theater.
and from the theater, and wants
It's
the
R-E.
adulation of the crowd as well. Just
Okay.
like I want people to be cheering for me, so I can have at least some of that be the same.
Sweet. Adulation of the crowd as well. Wonderful. So Nedhog is looking to just be everybody's friend by joining a big group. Glenn needs that mainstream recognition once again. Swordfish and Charg want the adulation of the crowd. Wonderful.
Charg.
Now, yes, Charg. Of course, Charg wants the adulation of the crowd. No, Brendan Sutherland wants the adulation of the crowd. Yeah, it's not like Charg, the wild Blanca man from the jungle is. I want adulation.
No, Brandon wants adulation.
Yes.
Charg just crush things.
Charg just pawn in life. So then what we're going to do now before we get into...
I want an asterisk. There is a undercoat. There's an underlying. There's an unmask my nemesis want. And it's going to be hard for us to work deepened and me in the same arena at the same time. But damn it, if I don't want to unmask deepen before deepen unmask me.
Right? Yeah, you're working with creative to make that happen, and it's always elusive. It's you're in a match, they're in a match. Both of you are masked, so it's kind of like, she's like, it's separated. There's no mixed gender right now, and you're working on your way to be like, fuck this, let's put the genders together and get the matches going.
Make bigger, better billing.
Yeah. So what we've got right now is we're going to work on the promotion. The promotion, being the Midway Wrestling Alliance, starts off, it says here, at Tier 0. Midway Wrestling Alliance. I have took it upon myself to say that you guys perform out of or wrestle in a very large warehouse in San Francisco, because we're all from San Francisco, and just off of in the Potrero district. And it's been everything from like a venue, an art gallery, a nightclub. So it's large enough that you can get, you could get 20 people in there, and that's a pretty good audience. And maybe more if there's a couple of standing room only. But for right now, you've been able to get some folks in there every now and then. It's right off the bus line. It's very, very easy to get to. So it's a small place that you guys have probably been doing like monthly events, and it's just been a lot of word of mouth, probably Facebook invites from your very own Facebook fan bases, and but it's starting to grow. We're going to be gaming from the point of like it's starting to pick up. Or it might fall.
Ned, these people that keep telling you they're going to get you 5,000 followers, stop.
Don't do follow for follow, damn it.
Let me see your phone. No, let me see your phone.
No, you look at their little profiles and they look so nice.
They say if you join us, we'll we'll get you some followers.
Yeah, and it's right there in their little username.
There's social influencers and there's the socially influenced. Ned,
right.
Please give me your phone.
I'm just happy to help.
So with that, the federation itself, the Midway Wrestling Alliance, starts at Tier 0, and for those of you watching, playing along at home, the Federation has its own character sheet. So the Federation is basically a living, breathing thing, and we're all trying to help it grow and advance, much like any character in, say, like a Dungeons and Dragons game. You want to build up experience or audience in this term, and momentum, and audience momentum and heat are kind of the big punching points of worldwide wrestling. So we're at tier 1. Your tier
0.
threshold is the amount of audience your roster needs to accumulate before tiering up.
We started at tier 0, I believe.
Yes, and we started tier 0, and basically, in order for us to go up, it's equal to number of players times 3. So because we don't have too much audience right now, we're not going anywhere. So so at the top of the episode, when your roster's total audience exceeds the tier threshold, we can increase it by 1. But I don't think anything on anybody's character sheet says you're given any audience to begin with.
Oh, I do. Mine is. One of my new moves.
Fucking course, Ned.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You got audience right from the beginning?
I do. So I get my finishing move, but then under that it says pick 2, and I picked 10-year veteran because I don't know if we remember this, but I've been wrestling in college.
Yeah, that's the other thing besides being, which would be terrifying in any collegiate wrestling. Because I wrestled in high school, like 6'10", almost 500 pounds. I don't know what weight class you're in for collegiate wrestling or any Olympic wrestling. I don't want to ever have faced you.
My husband, he wasn't my husband at the time, but he's my husband now, used to actually have to hand make my wrestling unitard because they didn't make one big enough in my size. It's so nice. He's a fashion designer.
Yeah,
really
he is.
Talented guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what's his name?
Oh, his name is Max. He's a sweetie. We've got a little baby. Anyway, so 10-year veteran, you've been wrestling longer than most of the top talent in this company. You start and reset to audience +2 instead of +1.
Okay. So
yeah,
you're at audience 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just one of those things. It's not.
Anybody else have any audience? What we're looking for is probably we need to get to 12 to get.
We're gonna get there.
We'll get there. We're gonna put on such a good show.
Right now. Yeah.
Oh no, not at the beginning. Anybody else have any audience?
I believe everybody starts with one audience.
Yep.
Yeah. Generally, but I think Glenn as the luminary has 2. Ooh. And then Ned Hogg with the ability has 2.
So we're up to 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. We're at 6 audience. We're looking good. That's a boy. And it says I'm not supposed to count any of the Midway Wrestling Alliance non-player wrestler audience, or else we'd be, we'd be international by now. So since we're at tier 0, it says our reach is what we're looking for. This is our geographic area or media market that you can reach with your show. Pick your starting reach, which of course we're going to start with local. We perform for a small audience that is mostly the same from show to show. So we are a local group. And then it wants you to pick. There are core elements your promotion is built on. What differentiates you from the competition? And we want to pick 2. So I'll read them off for you. A devoted following, mainstream appeal, kid-friendly, cultural crossover appeal, a dedicated home arena, a cable TV deal, a large war chest, so somebody has some money, social media expertise, high concept storylines, theatrical presentation, Strong kayfabe, meaning for those who don't know what kayfabe is we uphold kind of that imaginary line between performer and personality. In inclusive culture, combat sport focus, diverse roster, a motivated roster, elite production staff. Right now, we do have the young Marty Kaplan as our producer.
Hey guys, it's so good to help you out. I'm a big fan. I'm just glad to be involved.
Oh, young Marty. And trustworthy management or unbroken title lineage. We don't have a title correct right now, so we'll skip that. Any of those two sound interesting to you?
Well, I would like to do crossover culture and really target the yacht audience.
Yeah.
They're really underrepresented in the ring, and
Yeah. Trust me, being part of a yacht rock group on Facebook, there is a divisive line about what people think is yacht rock and what is not. And
it's a big kayfabe thing, but for yacht rock.
Yeah, when you tell them that some of their favorite songs are not, they freak out. Like they shouldn't ever listen to them again. But you can totally listen to Crystal Gale, and it's still fine. It's still fine.
You can't. You're not. You're out. Turn in.
I'm down for mainstream, and I think that works for
mainstream appeal.
Yeah.
And I like high concept storylines because I think that kind of works with
okay
stuff going on here. Maybe.
Right. Yeah. A lot of our storylines are they're not just oh, you're a wrestler and you're doing your thing. You're like, oh, you're a monster from the jungle. You're some deep sea diver thing. You're there's a lot of like our federation, much like Chikara. I know I sent you all a little video package of Chikara. And for those of you who don't know Chikara is an amazing wrestling federation that treats their federation like they're in a comic book. They live in a comic book world. And so they have room for strange superheroes and a plethora of ants.
That reminds me, were we still going to do the Office style camera thing?
Yeah,
that's pretty high concept.
And so off screen for your real life personas, not your wrestling personas, there's going to be many backstage interviews, and you can even we'll say you can even make it your wrestling persona that will look like The Office. A lot of talking head, locker room, like, well, I figured he was going to go high and I went a little low. And then we cut to like somebody tripping and falling and somebody else with like an ice bag on their head. They're like, I told him to go low.
Yeah. High concept.
Okay. So we got we'll do high concept storylines. So we can get as Goofy and Gonzo, as well as we're probably the only federation that does like a talking head, behind the scene thing, storylines, which is fun because maybe we could even say that it so that way it doesn't look like Inception, where it's like storyline behind story, like reality behind reality. It's like you guys are doing your talking head interviews and the audience is actually watching you do the interview. They're in on the joke. They're like, oh yeah, we know that Charg is not a monster from beyond. we're actually just watching Brendan Sutherland give an interview here, and we like that. So they get to be in on. So there's not really the kayfabe. We let everybody in on the concept, and then which probably pisses off a lot of old hardline wrestling fanatics. So trust me, I am also on wrestling Facebook groups, and golly boys, you got to get out more often. And and then we had mainstream appeal. Okay, So we have mainstream appeal. So it's not just some kind of niche like too cool for school thing. It's, you know, folks can like it from kid to hardcore fan to like Mark fan. Okay.
Glenn, you're pretty damn handsome, right?
And Glenn is handsome.
I mean, I'm not saying that the
No,
dermatologist
that's
should be the face of our wrestling organization.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
He is a
You
bit
don't
of
have a lot of skin in the game.
And
Sorry,
for,
that was a poor pun.
get it?
bully.
Poorly laid pun.
But Glenn is our mainstream appeal. Like, because Glenn, you're a fallen hero, right?
He's
A fallen hero, a
YouTube.
fallen skincare YouTube hero.
He's
Yeah,
famous.
DIY plastic surgery. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! But yeah, I love that. Yeah, that would be fantastic. You're talking all about skincare and your gloop line, and yeah, you've actually had some work done.
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah, I'm sure.
cheated what you were
So
speaking
so
against.
maybe there is a small following that does love Glenn and
Oh yeah, yeah.
and wants to get Glenn back on the big ticket. Wants to get
Back
Glenn
at the-
back to Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who wouldn't want to
And-
get Glenn back to Vegas?
So then for now we've got struggles. There are specific issues we face as a company that put the future of our promotion in jeopardy, and we need to pick two. So there is niche fan base. I think we can throw that out. A hostile fan base. We're in debt. We've got a hostile silent partner. Disgruntled talent. Green as grass roster, meaning it's just a bunch of yahoos who've just come out of wrestling school. Poor facility maintenance, which could possibly
That
mean
sounds like
why
Portola.
a ring post almost killed people. We have no merchandise production. We have no license to operate, so we're under the radar. We were created as a tax write-off, so we're a second thought to whoever this partner is. That
Cobra.
bad sponsorship deal. Outlaw Federation, a fractured creative vision. So what you are all up to, creative, of course, is like, I don't think that's, we'll think of some other things. A bloated roster, meaning there's way too many of you to even get any kind of spotlight going. We're behind the times, so we have concepts that are why don't we do a bra and panty match? Like, no, this is 2020. You can't stop doing that, idiots.
That's not.
Shock value booking, convoluted lore, or we have theatrical pretensions. So we need to pick
I don't
two
know
out
what
of
you're
those
talking about.
that have
There's no pretension here.
Well, clearly our facilities maintenance isn't exactly up to scruff. You did say that we're in Potrero Hill.
Yeah, and we're in
Yeah,
a good size art warehouse that has been used for anything and everything from raves to art galleries to a pop-up restaurant to a CrossFit box.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Okay, poor facility maintenance that I'm sure I will, if you roll poorly, may rear its ugly head. And
That move was lights out. No,
Yeah.
literally. The
Literally,
lights are
like,
out. Somebody
we
got
blew a
the
circuit
fuse.
You only have one fuse for the whole building, and it just blows itself.
one single old school fuse.
I am a fan of Hostile Silent Partner.
Dude,
Yeah.
me too. I was really drawn to that.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, because one of the things I had was that there is a partner that works with you and who owns it, and she is kind of the GM. But then I was hinting at that there is a money person who we could make them somebody who is a hostile silent partner.
And maybe they don't pay for the equipment,
Which is
you know,
probably
often,
why.
and,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say there's an insurance scam going on, but
Why?
heard, I
Why?
don't know.
I suddenly was getting mail about life insurance. I don't remember filing for it.
No. The
I signed
contract
up,
says
but
there
they made
needs
me
to
put-
be. The contract says there needs to be a bathroom. This is a very flimsy, very thin contract. There needs to be 4 folding chairs. Not paying for anything. This person is not paying for jack shit.
So this article 73XX on our little contract here, it says that we have to make the beneficiary of our life insurance policy the unnamed partner.
Right.
That means it.
What does that mean?
Designated as partner number 2.
So what we have created with our little roster, and as we're saying, we've kind of been around a while, and we've been doing shows here and there, and it's small independent shows from a single source, and so tonight is kind of our we're building up to something a little greater. I think one of the tones I wanted to get across with this before we take a break and before I kind of book the matches is we said it's very lighthearted. It's almost like a must-see TV situation comedy. It's a little Office, but with wrestling. So I'll say one of the things I would like to see is that our wrestling federation does have high concept. It does have goofy, funny storylines, and so the storylines can involve other wrestlers dressing as Cobra and like Cobra takes over, and we've got to fight him back. But there isn't any there's still real life involved. So if anybody says like, oh, and then aliens come and abduct Brendan Sutherland, I'll say like, no, because this is still life. There's still life. Like if you want to work that into the wrestling portion of the performance, great, but life is still life, And so when the camera's off, when everything's out, we're having it can only get as crazy as Happy Days before Fonzie jumped the shark. So we can have the Malachi brothers, we can have a couple other things like that in a moment, but we're not maybe Mork. I don't know. Oh, gosh, Mork would work in there, but basically try to think of it as a family affair Office in as far as real life goes, and in the ring we can get as crazy and as gonzo as possible in the creative moments. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to meet back here in about 10 minutes. So say 9:25, and I'm going to book some matches. Some of them will also feature some non-player wrestlers, and we'll talk about how to handle that. And that's mostly like montage and narrative, and we'll get to it. Yeah. We'll get to last time on the Midway Wrestling Alliance. All right. So I'll see you all back here 9:25.
Sounds good. We'll see you soon here on Midway Wrestling Alliance.
Friday Night FRACAS. FRACAS, which of course is a great band from Oakland.
We could use some music. Let's talk to them. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Here we are, Midway Wrestling Alliance on Friday nights. The ticket tonight is going to be brought to you by our MC. Take it away, MC Marcus Flores.
Hey, we're back. Oh my gosh, doesn't your bladder feel better after a break and ready to be filled with more grown-up soda? There it is. Hey, we're back. It's Midway Wrestling Alliance, or the Midway Tabletop. We're playing Worldwide Wrestling. So we've gone through a few things, and we're going to be kind of learning as we play. So I'm not going to go through a lot of like the heavy rules as to like what each stat stands for, what moves are doing, and all of that business, because one, our players have the PDFs at home. They get to read through all of that. And two, I mean, you're watching to hopefully, crossing fingers, to be entertained. But if you would like to pick it up, it's Worldwide Wrestling. It is from Nathan D. Paoletta, and that is ndpdesigns.com. Please check it out. It sounds like a wrestling game, but if you are into story-based role-play games, this is actually the most give and take improv style game in the Powered by the Apocalypse block. Yeah, I'll say it. And there's some amazing games out there. So get addicted, get into it. But for now, we're Midway Wrestling Alliance. And I will ask you all, last week on Midway Wrestling Alliance, Friday Night FRACAS. So I'm going to go around the table, and I will ask you all what's the highlight moment you want to see featured on last week in our Midway Wrestling Alliance. We joked about there was a wedding that was supposed to happen between Pulmeria, who is the foster sister of Charg, the monster from the unknown, from parts unknown, and Glenn the dermatologist, superstar of skincare on YouTube, as far as we know. And we talked about it getting messed up, or sorry, not the wedding getting disrupted. And
I have an idea.
Okay. I will take you. I'll go with you first. So last week on Midway Wrestling Alliance,
During the exciting wedding, this venue usually barely holds a dozen people, but family members came from both sides, and the wedding was broken up by the Fire Marshal, secret wrestler, Marshall Bivens, who has just come out, and he shows up, and it's kind of like a strip club when the cop shows up, and you're like, hey, this got to break this up. And he shows up, and he's like, this wedding's too big, got to break this up. And then he just charges Charg.
Right. So then we just see like the wedding kind of get broken up. Cameras are kind of following this big bohunky fire marshal who's by himself. There's no other firemen to look with them because we could only afford to rent one fire marshal costume. And he's like, I'm the fire marshal, and he's wearing a fireman's costume with no badge or anything. And did he do like a striptease, or like was he a wrestler who kind of broke up the wedding?
Charg, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, it wasn't my wedding. It was Glenn's wedding that I was trying to break up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess
that's what I'm saying. Like, do you know Fire Marshal? Is it a coordinated thing, perhaps?
Yeah, we worked together on this.
Is there a scene of you going
where you can see Charg, because it's Charg who wants this not to happen. Charg just on a phone, calling Fire Marshal in order to bring him in to break this up.
Like you go off camera and like you just have a walkie-talkie. It's like,
right.
Wait, The fire marshal just the fire
Right,
marshal
yeah,
just carries the
it's
walkie-talkie.
just a scene where he's like off camera and Charg, you say you're like all airbrushed green and like,
Yeah.
you know, like a knockoff Blanca kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, too many people at wedding.
Say no more. I owe you one.
Right. And Marshall Bivens comes running in to break up the wedding. So yeah, that's where we see the highlight of breaking up the wedding in the middle of the wrestling ring. The ring's got like full on, you know, crepe paper and matrimony, like arches and everything, like stuffed doves and a wedding cake, you know. All right. Ned Hogg, last week on the Midway Wrestling Alliance, what highlight, or it could even be backstage like we did a little bit here, or it could be in ring, it could be whatever you would like.
Oh yeah, that's an easy one because after we see the amazing shot from last week of the fire marshal coming in, then we cut to Ned Hogg, who's wearing a little priest collar around his neck, and he's sitting there at the very front, and he's saying, "We are gathered here today to celebrate the amazing connection we see between Plumeria and my good buddy here, Glenn." And we have that beautiful shot. Glenn is happy. Plumeria is mediumly happy, and Ned is just shining bright like a little diamond. And then we cut to the end of it where we see Ned holding Glenn in a big, tight bear hug as he kind of goes after the fire marshal, I am assuming is what's going on there.
Right.
There's a big, and he's not just giving him the hug like, I'm going to stop you now. It's like one of those, like, I love you.
They're there. It's like, you son of a bitch, you ruined my wedding. Who called this sham, you know?
Your love is real, my friend. Your love is real.
Plumeria is standing there with a bouquet. What does Plumeria look like anyways?
I mean, she's definitely has some weight to her. She definitely wrestled with people. Also, she was
yeah. So our
went into the jungle to find me, so she had to have, you know, some amount of not just behind the scenes stuff.
Right. Yeah, so our audience know, like, the just to let folks know, one of the agendas of Worldwide Wrestling is to entertain the imaginary viewing audience, and you're not imaginary, you're real. So I hope you're being entertained by us talking about gaming. But the audience knows, oh yeah, she's obviously a wrestler, but you know, she doesn't portray a wrestler, you know. So she's weighty, she's muscular like a wrestler. Is she like color hair, all that stuff? Basically, give me the actress that would be portraying Plumeria. Even if it's just face, then we'll throw on wrestling weight onto them.
Sure.
I definitely imagine her having like purple or plum colored hair because they don't really know.
Right. Yeah. She's young. Like, she's got the dye hair. Okay. She's got the dye job hair. Okay. Anybody with an actress?
Can I suggest Gina Carano?
Yes, we'll go with Gina Carano of former MMA fighter. Beautiful Gina Carano from The Mandalorian.
Yeah, but she's all like dumpied up and stuff.
Gotcha. So we've got a Gina Carano with the purple, with a plum color dye job hair, who is working the office, even though she looks like she can throw half the audience out the window.
From Plumeria's women's wrestling day, her maid of honor was Deep End.
Yep. So Deep End was there during the wedding, full mass. And now, is she a bit more like luchador-y, or is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she was there like as maid of honor. Okay, cool, sweet, maid of honor. Gotcha. All right.
But there were some backstage cuts of the swordfish, talking smack about her
Right.
being in his house.
Right. Yeah. I love it. It could swordfish like be shot sideways where the visor's open and he's speaking into the mic. And then he when he gets off the mic, he slams the lens shut.
Follow-up comment?
Yeah.
No, okay, no.
He's got no business.
He's already put the lock
She
on.
can't fathom how deep she's in. All right. Cool. Right. So more of the wedding getting broken up and more of the characters getting filled out into the highlight of the wedding, right? Glenn, give me your highlight, whether it's a backstage interview or in-ring fight or whatnot.
I think I'd like to go back to the wedding.
Mhm.
Plumeria is there with her modest, their bride accompaniment of just the maid of honor, and I'm here with my 8 groomsmen who are all low-level social media.
Yeah,
influencers.
your entourage.
Yeah.
You actually
As
have like HBO entourage.
As the fire marshal charges me to stop the wedding, I look to my best man Kip, who has just had a rhinoplasty, so obviously he can't stand in the way. And then I go down to Todd, who just had abs done, and so he can't get in the way, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And then when the fire marshal gets to me, I say, "What? You're not going to hit someone with glasses, are you?" And he hits someone with glasses. And then Plumeria runs off. Her wedding day is ruined, and I'm hugged by Ned. And later on, we show me with a bottle of, Jim Beam and way too many butterfly Band-Aids on a very small cut on my face.
Right, yeah, you're just almost mummified in butterfly Band-Aids.
A lot of Vaseline to keep the wound wet. Tiny cut.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna start adding the entourage of Glenn the dermatologist into the Midway Wrestling Alliance non-player wrestlers. those are your team that you can call forth to be like, jump people backstage or whatnot. Todd and Austin and all of them.
3 of them are named Chad.
Yeah. There's 3 Chads. There's Big Chad, Little Chad, and Bro Chad.
Have differing amounts of D's in their name.
Yeah.
Chad with 1 D, Chad with 2 D's, Chad with 4 D's,
Chad with a capital D.
Chad, yeah.
3D Chad.
2D Chad goes as double D.
What's up, Double D? Let me write down Double D right now. Double D. Okay. And Charg, what was your highlight backstage promo or in ring for last week on Midway Wrestling Alliance?
So there's definitely the amount of Charg who is, telling, Marshall to come in and break up the wedding.
Oh, right. Yeah. The phone call. Mm-hmm.
But then after the storms in, Charg takes Plumeria, away from the FRACAS and, is trying to, and is just trying to tell her, Charg think he no good for you anyway. Maybe it's sign.
Oh, Plumeria. I love that
vocabulary.
Plumeria is going to be the main soap opera focus. I mean, she's like the Laura of the Luke and Laura of this whole General Hospital soap opera that's going on.
Charg vocabulary primitive, but emotional capacity very mature.
Very, very mature.
I'm still learning English.
That is the fucking tagline of the night.
Char's still learning English. Glenn, fuck boy, no good. All right, awesome. So yeah, last week on the Midway Wrestling Alliance's Friday Night FRACAS was the wedding and the breakup of the wedding, and our audience is of course chomping or champing, if you're an English student, at the bit to get to this showdown between Glenn, the dermatologist, and Charg, and the GM promoter and one of the heads of creative, JJ, Miss Jacqueline Johnson Brown, who is very Jack K from 227. Says like, oh no, babe, we gotta wait. We gotta draw this out. We want the audience. So we're gonna wait for it's not a pay-per-view because we can't really charge people too much for what we're doing, but like let's wait for the big blow off, the big moment. So she says Charg or Brendan. She says, for your character, I've got you in a match against the Stillwell brothers, and the Stillwell brothers, Sam and Dean Stillwell, are they're going to take you on 2 at a time, and the Stillwell brothers are meant to lose. You are meant to win this match, so we've booked you as the winner, and but make it look good. It can be a squash match in the industry, meaning like you're going to be dominant in this match. Stillwell brothers, sweet as pie, green as goose shit. They are they're getting muscles. They're young, they're good looking, they're twins, and they're like, they're just like, Mr. Sutherland, we think this is fantastic, and we can't wait to get in the ring with you and make you look good. And they say, do you mind if we do the thing where we come in at the same time, both of us? It's not a tag match for us. Like, we come in at the same time. You're going to try to handle us at the same time, like throw us around. Your strength is too much. What do you think of that, sir?
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. I think there should be some, I go after one and then the other, comes at me, so that, it's like, he's, still having to struggle a little bit there, but I'm able to, still force them
down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dean, did you get that? And he's like, Sam, I got it. And he's like, okay, all right, I got it. And then they're like, all right, it's an honor, sir. And we hope to make you look good. And so that's the first match of the night is going to be Charg versus the Stillwell brothers. And the audience cheers when they hear the announcer say that. Who do we got announcing that? That's Tony, give me odd or even. Which would you like, odd or even? Odd. Okay. Then that is our senior ring announcer, Theo Parapolis, and he says, ladies and gentlemen, our first match of the night, and the matches will come up one at a time. He's just announcing all the matches. So Theo is an older man. He's like everybody's Greek uncle. He's just like you just love him. You love Theo. You love to see it. And he says, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great lineup tonight. And we got 17 people in the audience. 70 people are cheering. We're looking good. We're almost at capacity. There's hot dogs getting handed out, sodas for sale. Remember, there's sodas for sale right over there. Amanda's right over there by that cooler, right by the front door. You can get yourself a nice frosty soda. And
Grab yourself a Dr. Smooth and
yeah, get yourself a Dr. Smooth and a nice Peps, delicious Peps. And
Cola.
we're the only place that still has a lockdown on tab. If you'd like that soda.
we're still working through old inventory in the back.
Yeah, that was left here from the other days of warehouse parties. They've got like one White Claw and it's like mango, and everybody's trying to buy it. And he says, after that, a little pre-match interview, and then it's the tag team of the Gentle Giant, Ned Hogg and Glenn the Dermatologist versus the Hunch Bunch. Everybody's like, "Ooh!" The Hunch, representing the Hunch Bunch is the Phantom and Count Vladimir. The Hunch Bunch, you all know as they have like a Halloween theme. You know, the Hunch Bunch led by the Hunchback.
I love them.
The Hunchback, Dr. Von Igor, the Phantom, Count Vladimir, and of course their female representative, Cruella de Kill. Ooh, the Hunch Bunch. And after that, we're gonna have ourselves a highlight match. There's a few more matches he announces in between, mostly between non-player wrestlers. So we'll kind of montage through that, and then our match of the evening, and everybody's waiting for like, ooh, is it gonna be? Is Char gonna finally get a hold of Glenn? He's like, no, it is one half of the Nightmare Boys, Bedlam, and whoa, Bedlam. Bedlam is just this hardcore maniac, you know, always getting disqualified. Ooh, Bedlam, you're too crazy to follow the rules.
The sound guy always hits thunder whenever his name is said. Anytime.
Bedlam. And then this cackling laughter in the background. Bedlam versus the high flyer from the deep end of the pool. It's Swordfish. And everybody cheers. And so, you know, I'm booking mostly all of you against non-player wrestlers because I want you to start to get used to the rules. I'll be playing the non-player wrestlers to kind of, you know, we'll kind of go through rules. Usually, audience I'm addressing, you'll be playing, you can play player versus player. And because this is a wrestlers performing, they're trying to tell a story in the ring with you using different abilities and different moves, which builds up audience and momentum to make a grand match. And at the end of the match, we'll see if they have a winning match, basically. So I'll be helping out this time around by playing non-player wrestlers to kind of not only for me to learn the rules, but also to guide everybody along to do it. So the first match is going to be Charg against the Stillwell brothers, Sam and Dean. And then afterwards, I've got scheduled a post-match interview with Charg. You'll be winning that match.
So lucky.
For Ned Hogg and Glenn, your tag team will have a pre-match interview, and then you'll be facing the Hunch Bunch. And I'm gonna leave it up to you. Do you want Creative to book you to win that match or to lose that match?
Oh, Glenn, it's totally up to you, buddy. What are you thinking for your scene right now?
I think it's clear that we'll win. So we should lose.
So you will lose. Yeah, creative's like, look, we want to get the momentum going, that you're getting frustrated. JJ's like, look, let's she's like, baby, let's try to make this to where you lose. You start redeeming yourself in the weeks later, but you lose. You're still shooken up over the wedding. Maybe we'll have some run in by Plumeria, or maybe like, I don't know, we'll have like some doves hit the ring. I don't know. And she's
big thanks to Greyface GM, who just tipped $10 for a run-in.
A run into the wedding?
MC's choice.
Oh, run in dealer's choice. Oh my God. So for the run-in, I'm booking Charg to run in to interfere with that match, to cause maybe not Ned Hogg, but more Glenn to lose that match. So Charg, Brendan Sutherland, be prepared to run in. That is a move that you can use in there, and we'll get to that when the time comes. So that's how it's booked out. You guys will be almost winning. You almost be beating the Hunch Bunch. Charg is going to run in to cause interference, to cause you to lose that match, which will develop heat with you. So you two are already like building up heat. The audience wants to see this showdown. And thank you. Who was that young production assistant, Marty?
Oh, that was Greyface GM.
Greyface GM, thank you. Yeah, Greyface GM, thanks for
Greyface
contributing.
GM.
Very, very soon, Greyface GM, if you're interested, we will be making chat part of creative, and chat will decide through polls, or we'll figure out a way who will be winning matches, who will be losing matches, and we'll start booking matches online, probably through our Discord and all that. So thank you very, very much. And thank you for that run-in. That match was pretty good, but kind of stale. So thanks for the run-in. So a couple of winners and losers in non-player wrestler matches here and there, between the Hurt Locker tag team and Elijah Davis, Liam Chen. And then we've got some women matches, Sataka Koyoma and Helaya Jabbar versus the Sinister Sisterhood, Sister Pain, Sister Punishment. Then for our starring match, in a post-match interview I've got scheduled for Swordfish, so be prepared to speak, Swordfish. Is you versus Bedlam in that match. Crew, how do we feel? It's a highlight match, but it also is Swordfish going against a hardcore person, Bedlam. Swordfish, do you want to start building a rivalry with this Bedlam, or do you want this to be a fun exhibition match and we'll move on to maybe something else? I know you want to concentrate going towards Deep End, but then that becomes intergender. We'll have to figure out how some of that ruling works. JJ might not be into it.
I think that I could. I think I would like to work with Bedlam and kind of build up my rep within my own arena. Literally my own arena.
Yes, your very own arena. Which this is the arena. Yeah, the little warehouse on Potrero, off of Potrero. Yeah. So I'll ask you then. What do you think? You want to lose it? You want to win it?
I would like to win it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we'll have you win it, but Bedlam, of course, is going to be pissed about it, and there might be a backstage, because I've got you scheduled for a post-match interview. Maybe there's some like skirmish backstage with Bedlam being a sore loser. You know, the person Bedlam, Scott Agnew, he's like, I think it's great. Let's really get into this full program together. Let's, maybe go 2 out of 3 falls. We get hardcore, but yeah, post-match interview. I run in, give you a little schmoz, give you a little hit behind. You return the firepower, chase me off, and then we'll work on some other things together. He's just, he's got wild red, deep red hair, but he's wearing glasses right now, and he's just kind of like, how's that sound, Swordfish?
That sounds on the up and up, and yeah.
And you're full. Do you fully stay in?
Mask on.
Okay.
Mask on. Tradition now.
Yeah, he completely respects that. Totally loves your kayfabe. He's like, you know what? All right, I'm with it. I'm with it. In the ring, out of the ring. Best way to be a wrestler is, fully commit to your gimmick. He's like, okay, all right, thanks. He kind of takes his glasses off, puts on this Molly Hatchet half cut shirt, and he's like, getting ready, taping his hands up. You could see the transformation happen to Bedlam. He goes from like young Scotty Agnew to wild man, wild punk rock man. So it wouldn't have like a Scott, I mean, a Molly Hatchet shirt. It'd be something like, or like an Descendants or Op Ivy. So the first match of the night, as a ring announcer, Theodoros Paropoulos, and everybody's like, Theo. It's like, Singapore, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. And tonight, Midway Wrestling Alliance is coming at you for Friday Night FRACAS. You hear the boom, 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 boom. Backstage, all of you start to hear the music like boom, 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 boom. And that's you know, it's time. It's showtime. Charg, how does your pre-match how's your pre-match talking head thing look like as their camera's on you and you're out of character and they're like, all right, here's your go. How do you feel pre-match?
Well, I'm feeling fairly good about this one. Those, two boys are pretty good, but this is something that I can handle. I'm big. I got this. I can just, I'm able to handle them and make it look good.
Yeah, it's kind of you behind a locker,
applying
green paint on your face. And you hear Theo say, introduce, it's Sam, it's Dean, it's the twins that are mean, it's the Stillwell brothers, and you hear like, yeah, from a few people, probably their cousins, and they come into the ring. But then they hear your music coming. Are we doing the Kong thing for Charlie? Okay. So what the audience sees is several wrestlers kind of in gimmick, bringing out this idol stand. It's styrofoam painted stone gray. Looks like an altar, and they're in kind of these druid long robes, and they're all chanting "Charg, Charg," and the audience starts to go "Charg, Charg, Charg," and you hear the music boom, 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 Charg, Charg, and everybody's is screaming for it. And so Charg, make your entrance.
So Charg will jump up on top.
Oh, nice. On top of the altar that they put out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Just right on top of there.
All right. So Charg, that sounds like you're working the audience. So when you pump up, lambast, or otherwise to get the crowd cheering or even jeering you, roll plus your audience being your popularity or the charisma in this game.
Okay. That would be a 6.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Already. So you've lost them, it says here, and you can't work the audience again this episode. And you gain +1 momentum. Oh God, shit. Give me. So I'm gonna pull out my hard moves on a botch. So hard moves for those of you watching. If players roll a 7 or 9, 7, 8, or 9. I apply, they win, but there's a little bit of a consequence. So I sometimes can apply what is called a soft move. So it's a move that has a little consequence, but not too heavy. And if it's 6 or under, then that means I apply a hard move. That means it's something that is hard and harder than most, and sometimes can involve the real world as well as the wrestling moves. And so you give me a hard move. Roll me a D8.
Okay.
Alipine, give me a charm.
Give me 1 sec.
Sure. They were ready for you. They were so ready for you. And then, oh man, this is the opening match of the night.
Cold open.
Cold open. It's probably still daylight. There's light coming into the arena or into the warehouse. There's like, plastic tubing and like curtains that
We
represent
tried to tape up the windows, but it
the
didn't
backstage.
really work.
Oh yeah. We tried. We needed
We
to
use
get in there
craft
early.
paper. It's not really.
Half the audience is making that transition from day drunk to night drunk. And
Yeah,
just-
yeah. The one guy that got the White Claw mango is really going for it.
That was a 2 on the
Okay.
D8.
Turn the and I will announce what the moves are just so people start to get used to them. It says turn a wrestler on them. They lose 1 heat with this character. So for right now, we'll say you're at you suddenly become at 0 heat with the Stillwell brothers as so you come out and they forget to sell. So sell means to perform. They forget to sell for you. And so they should be afraid. They should be cowering in the ring. And right now they're just kind of talking to each other and kind of like, so later on, they'll probably apologize vehemently, but they're like, oh, did you get mom her bread? And you're like, oh yeah, I got bread. Oh shit, So you come out, so nobody looks afraid of Charg in the ring, at least, and like everybody is out of character, unfortunately. So you're at 0 heat. So people are kind of just filtering in. There's people going to the bathroom. There's not really anybody into this match because they probably wanted to see Charg versus Glenn the dermatologist. So so you come and there's only a few people just coming in. It's the fatality too of getting booked first in a match. You're like, oh, you got to remember, I'm gonna remember to tell JJ, book me later in the evening. I'm not some curtain jerker. I'm here for later on, and you make your way into the ring. After that snafu, the boys realize they've made their mistake, and so the heat of the match is kind of dwindling a bit. You got to do something to bring it on back, and so you make your way into the ring. The boys then, as agreed, don't they stay in the ring themselves. Then one of them doesn't stay outside for a tag. They both like come in and. Theo, the ring announcer, announces Uncle Theo Perabolias says, weighing in at a collective 286 pounds.
Oh man.
It's 17. It's the Stillwell brothers, and people clap. And from parts unknown, weighing in at an undescribable amount of electricity, it is the madman, the monosyllabic monster from the jungle. It is Charg. And he gives you... Yeah, Theo gives you one more chance. He's kind of pitching you up to give you one more chance to work the audience, but you can't work the audience anymore. They're just kind of filling in, and he's like, you could hear him under his breath. He's like, "Yeah, sorry, kid." And he says, "Referee for this match is senior official Scoot Bumsky. Scoot Bumsky, older man. He's got a fading strawberry red hair and a ponytail, and he's like, all right, boys," and kind of tells you the rules, and he says, all right, let's get on. The bell rings, and the boys are in control of the match since you had failed, I will say, and they go leaping at you to start like working on your legs. They kind of are doing these kicks to your legs and trying their best, and you're not selling any of this business, and but they stay in control of the match, and then at some point they give the move over to you to do as you had said. You said you were going to slam one and the other one's jumping on your shoulder. So we take it from there. Like you kind of slam one, the other one jumps on your shoulder. What do you do after that? And remember, you all don't know wrestling like I know wrestling, so you don't need to go into the fine granular moves of this. Just give me just say like a maneuver or a slam or anything, and then I'll kind of take it from there.
I'd like to just flail around trying to get the brother off of me. Just
Okay.
like spinning around, trying to do that so that I can, not be taken down, as it were.
Sweet. All right. So that is, I will say, is it a wrestling move or is it an athletic feat? So the two things you can choose from: athletic feat is when you demonstrate your and we're kind of playing with the rules a bit, just in case anybody who plays Powered by the Apocalypse game says like, "Why are you saying all the things you're doing?" The options I'm looking at are athletic feat. When you demonstrate your extraordinary strength or athletic ability, you roll your body and you have your options to choose from there. Or there is a wrestling move. You narrate a sequence of maneuvers and moments that lead up to a showcase spot. I'm going to say this is more an athletic feat because it sounds like you're kind of flailing and throwing them off of you. So
Okay.
Roll plus body. Body representing your strength, your prowess in the ring.
That'd be a 14.
Oh my god! How? What? What did you
That's
roll?
an 11 plus 3. My body is a 3.
Oh my god!
I don't have any other positive stats.
You're right. You're right. Oh my god! Hold on 1 second here. Geez. For those of you who don't know Powered by Apocalypse game, we're only playing. You only need to roll 2d6 technically. So you roll 2d6 and you add the modifier of whatever is called for. So like your body, your audience, your real, meaning your real shoot ability, your looks, your charisma, basically, and normally it'll go up to 12, but 14 is a very interesting. Oh my god! So, oh geez. All right, let's figure out what 14 does on this thing. I'm gonna take it to a 12. And so it says on a 10 plus, you can do whatever you want easily. You're gonna gain +1 heat with your opponent. So heat is what you need to kind of get this match up there. Or if you don't have any heat currently with your opponent, and you're just showing off your strength and ability, you gain 2 momentum. Momentum is what keeps the match going and going. The higher momentum you have, the higher chance it is that we just say, all right, wrap it up. It's time to end the match and take it home. So heat means you want to build heat to build up audience, and it's making people interested in the match. Momentum means you're getting closer to the winning spot. So do you want to just get closer to the winning spot, or do you want to build it up and let the audience build up?
I think I want to build it up and build the audience up, so the heat for it.
Okay. So you chuck them around, you toss them around. Now people are getting interested. The one guy with the mango White Claw is like, woo! Charge! Charge is best, and charge, beat the hell out of Glenn. And they're like, Glenn's not in this match, man. And so the audience is cheering as you chuck the Stillwell brothers around. You are still in control of the match. What would you like to do after that? So you shed them off of you. You do the Hulk moment where you throw them off of you. They kind of stumble back. They're totally selling like, oh my god, he's too strong, which you are much stronger than they are. But what would you like to do after that? You are in control.
I think I would like to just like run at one and just pin him up against the ropes.
Yeah,
just like
smush him.
Smush him to the ropes there.
Oh my god. All right. That definitely sounds like a, let me see, but yeah. another athletic feat. Roll, place your body. Like I said, it's a squash match, so a lot of this match is working on your athletic feats.
Yeah. That would be a 10.
You want to gain some more heat with the Stillwell brothers, or put it into your momentum?
I'll gain some more heat with them.
Right. So now we're up to 2 heat. If you get 4 heat, basically you get an additional audience that you basically, you check off, you put in your little column there. Right. Oh, sorry. And another thing I forgot to say, while all of this is happening, 1 or 2 of you are additional announcers. So I'm not the only announcer here. I'm just playing Tim Cabanova, the play-by-play man. And you all can be announcers. I do have some names if you can't think of any names, but if you'd like, you can go right ahead. So Tim Cabanova says, "Oh man, Charg is running at Sam." Or is that Dean? Sam? Dean? Sam? Dean? No, he's charging at him. Charg is charging at him deep in the corner. It's a big body splash. And he'll turn it over to I'll pass it over to Rob. Would you like a commentator name, or do you have a color commentator? You guys will be playing color commentators, meaning all you have to do is embellish the story. I'll be talking about the actual maneuvers.
Not colored, but
That's right. We are colored.
We are colored.
We are people of color.
Okay. Give me a name. Shoot me a name. It's going to help me build.
Okay. There is the ambassador of wrestling, Big Al Holcomb, one of the veterans of it. There's Phil Holt, color commentator, or there's Eva Khalil, color commentator.
I like Phil Holt.
Okay. Phil Holt, color commentator. And I said, he comes charging into the corner, fully backing him up. Sam Burdine looks like he's in a bunch of trouble. What do you think of that, Phil?
The front row is really going to have to move those chairs back. I think one of them's going to spill right out and land on the lap. And I'll tell you what, they don't look like those chairs are too sturdy.
No, they don't. They're just simple folding chairs, plastic, from our sponsor here at the Dollar Tree. And and it does happen because you said you rolled a 10, right, Alipi?
Yes.
Boom! Just like they agreed to on stage, Sam gets not only smooshed, but he then and he kicks his body up and over the rope and into the audience. They go spilling. People are cheering, but also, oh my God, Phil! Would you look at the faces on that audience out there?
Oh, that kid's gonna need a new squishy.
A new squishy. You can get one of those down there. Barbara, I believe, has our slushy machine.
Lime and cherry.
Lime and cherry. That's neither here nor there. And so you are still in charge of the. Yes, you're still in control of the match. Charg, Alipi, what would you like to do now? Dean is kind of backing up in the ring, and he kind of clubs you on the back to no effect. He looks, no. He's kind of backing up. What do you do?
I think I want to grab him and just kind of drop onto the ground. Slam him into the ground.
Like a full body slam?
Body slam.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. That definitely sounds more like a wrestling move itself, but it is you're showcasing your physical strength, acrobatic seal, or signature maneuver that requires incredible athletic ability, which it is. You are then lifting your coworker and friend, Dean Stillwell, over your head and slamming him into the ground with your body, hopefully not breaking any or bruising any of his ribs. So please roll with body.
That would be a 7.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Now, you keep the audience's attention, and you may choose whether to hand control of the match over to the opponent, and they take +1 momentum, or you retain control of the match. Momentum, of course, means you're building up towards the finish.
I will hand control of the match to them and
Okay.
take the momentum.
Okay, you slam him down. You hear the oof of your opponent, Dean Stillwell, who bona fidely, even though you didn't hurt him, still is like, oof, oh my. He kind of taps you on the shoulder like, oh, that was a good one, sir. Just as Sam comes diving into the ring, House of Fire, and he's kind of pumping himself up. Oh, my brother. And he bounces off to the rope, and he goes for a
Cannonball.
Oh, he goes for it. That's right.
He's doing a cannonball run.
He goes for a cannonball run. Good eye on you, Phil. Cannonball run, and the move, because I'm a non-player wrestler. I don't roll. So I'm gonna just have you make me a athletic feat roll plus your body. If it's a miss, then then I will have you decide whether you want to get drop kicked or not, or you can do it. So give me
plus my body.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That would be an 8.
An 8, right? So now you have a choice. Now you can gain momentum, and you can take the drop kick. So you are off your feet. You kind of blanc, or you gain heat by just standing there, and he kind of bounces off of you.
I think I'll gain the heat and have him just bounce.
Yeah. So it's a complete show of strength. You just charg, man, does nothing. He gets dropped back. The two Stillwell brothers still looking in shock. Dean Stillwell clutching himself. He says, "Oh, a drop kick or the cannonball's got no effect, Phil."
I just don't think that they're going to have to call up the chairman of the board, and it's just not going to be enough to save these two.
Oh, they might strike up the band, calling it chairman of the board. The Stillwell brothers, known for their panicking and picking up a chair from time to time, taking it into the ring.
Oh, the one Stillwell's getting behind the other. Are they going to do the me and my shadow routine? Oh, they're...
It's a desperate move. They're gonna try to do it. Me and my shadow, and you see the brothers like get on each other's back, and they're kind of doing a me and my shadow. One is moving one way, the other one's moving the other way. You kind of agreed as like, oh, this could be a fitting move, but you're so strong that you could actually slam them down both at the same time for a double pin. If you want to end the match, here. Or keep it going. I'm going to give control back to you, Alibi.
I'll go for the finish now.
Okay,
I think it's
sweet.
a good point too.
Do you have a finishing? Does it say finishing move on your?
Yeah, it's one of my moves.
Okay. What could you read that out and then possibly describe it?
So when you're booked to win a match, roll 2d6. Mm-hmm. On a 10+, you hit your finisher clean, gain +1 audience. Okay. On a 7 to 9, they make you work for it. I choose one. They showcase my strength. We both gain momentum. Or they're unwilling to take my finisher and flee the ring, and I gain heat with them. On a botch, I still will get the win, but I can't control my own strength. So I choose whether I lose audience or injure my opponent.
Oh no! Oh, the poor Stillwell boys. Okay, so they're on this kind of tower mecha Shiva move looking thing, and Tim Capanova's like, it looks like they're trying to go for it, but he's towering over them, Phil.
Tim, I'm gonna tell you what. It's the Bojangles. It's the Mr. Bojangles at the ankles. Oh, the Mr. Bojangles ankles maneuver. God, Shark is a monster.
He truly is a monster. He's a green electrical monster from parts unknown. I'd be terrified to be in the ring with him. He's about as green as the lime slushies that are for sale that Barbara has at the front of the warehouse. So go for your finish, Ben.
Okay. So that would be an 8, but I can spend momentum
Yes.
to add to my result, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing you can do with momentum is they're kind of your gimmies to spend to make up for lower rolls. It's another reason why you want to build up momentum just in case if you do perform your finisher and you're like, duh, I totally described my finisher and I screwed up, but you have momentum to be like, I'm just going to spend it to make it look good.
I'm going to spend 2 of my momentum to make that a 10 then.
A 10. All right.
To hit my finisher clean.
Do you have an idea of what your finisher may look like? It can be just an odd looking thing.
I do actually.
Oh yeah.
I've thought about this.
Yeah.
So it's a scoop slam, where you just kind of like flip them over as you slam them the ground. So
both of them.
I feel like
so you have a tower of Stillwell Brothers up in the air.
So I feel like with this, it would be more just like picking one up and crashing them into the other one.
Other one. Okay.
So they have to work together to like, not be hurt by that, because I'm picking one up and then just into the other one to take both out since there's
right.
two
Yeah,
of
you could see one just totally like his body goes up into the air. The other one's arms open up to take this hit. Like, oh no, because even though you are protecting one another, you are slamming a human body into another human body and then throwing it onto a mat, a 1-inch mat and plyboard. So you go slamming down. Everyone is cheering this big maneuver. Do you have a name for that? Or creative would work on it, but
the Chargtastrophe.
The Chargtastrophe. And you hear Tim. Tim is like, oh my God, what's he doing, Phil? What's he doing? Chargtastrophe. There we go.
He looks like he's a little shooken. No. That's the inner core. That man has got strength coming up. He's like, his feet are planted in the ground, and there's something just he can't be stopped. He is an unknowable beast.
My God, it's the Chargtastrophe. The Stillwell brothers have become victim to the Chargtastrophe, and it's a 1, 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen, and people are cheering. And
Charg
is
the light man's turning the lights on and off, just flipping the switches,
just furiously clicking on and off the lights at the warehouse. Because we can't plug any more DJ lights into the club lights into the thing. Right. All right. So, and then I had you booked for a post-match interview. And we'll take it to the ring. Uncle Theophilus or Theodorus for the post-match interview. Tony, would you like to play Uncle Theo interviewing Charg into the match?
Sure.
Okay.
And this is an interview of Charg.
This is an interview of Charg, unless you would like it to be a backstage post-match interview with you out of character.
No, I'm fine with Charg.
All right. So Charg in the ring, the Uncle Theo comes into the ring with the microphone, and I'll take it away, Tone.
So Charg, we saw you in the beginning there. You really turned this match around, and amazed by your performance. Do you have anything to say about it?
Charg strong. Charg not give up.
Well, those words are undeniable, folks. I think we've heard enough here, and I am truly shaken to the core. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. Very impressive, Charg, and an extremely impressive show of primal power. Short on words, Don't need him. That's fine. Like that.
Yeah. So then we cut from there as the boys leave the ring. Charg's music plays on his way out. This time, much more confident. The Stillwell boys, of course, make their way out. The audience members are patting him on back. Kids are like, you almost had him, Dean. And the match after that. Oh no, we haven't had a TV deal yet, so we won't go to commercial. The match coming up is it's going to be Ned Hogg and Glenn the Dermatologist versus the Hunch Bunch. And we've got a pre-match interview. First, it's the Hunch Bunch and Jess, would you like to play either the Phantom of the Hunch Bunch or Count Vladimir of the Hunch Bunch as they're trying to build up?
I am happy to play Count Vladimir.
Right, yeah. So camera goes in. This one's an in character pre-match. They're building up for this match. They don't make any promo rolls. And the Phantom comes out. You know, he's totally got the cheap Phantom of the Opera plastic mask on with a top hat and a cowl under what is just like a man in black trunks with a Phantom of the Opera mask stitched on one of his butt cheeks of the trunks. And he's like, well, Glenn and Ned Hogg, I, the Phantom, call for your souls. And when you come into the ring and face I and the Count, it will be curtains. Tell 'em, Count.
You don't stand a chance when I uncover my cape to display fangs that will tear into your very soul. You cannot possibly defeat Count Vladimir. I have existed for all time, and you will never exist again.
Yes, you will fall prey to the Hunch Bunch. And they've got like the green underlit lighting and the dry ice in a bucket.
Just do it for each other, just a little
right. Backstage.
I'm doing sound effects.
we cut to an interviewer who is we'll call it the Avery Williams, our backstage interviewer, and they're like, well, Tim Cavanova, I'm back here with the Gentle Giant from Saskatchewan, Ned Hogg, and Glenn, dermatologist, YouTube star extraordinaire. And you two gentlemen are going to be facing the Hunch Bunch. And you've heard the words of the Phantom, and you've heard the words of Count Vladimir, this bloodthirsty bunch from Transylvania. What do you have to say to that, boys?
Oh, I'm so excited. They're such a fun group. I'm a little sad Cruella de Kill's not going to be here. Love her scene.
Oh, she'll be ringside.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's great. I'm going to bring Glenn into one of those like big buddy hugs, pull him off his feet a little bit. Glenn, I'm just pleased as punch to be paired up with you, buddy. I can't wait.
You know, I'm coming back strong from a little bit of a setback, but do you know if Cruella's seeing anyone right now? I mean,
Avery's like, I can't say. She seems to have suitors come and go.
Yeah, well, if you could find that out for me, that'd be great. Thank you.
I'll try to get on that.
The gentlemen that we're facing tonight are, some of my clients that I had are just like them, and I think they just need a little bit of medical love
an attention, and we
Man,
can get them right on
Glenn,
track.
Glenn, do they need a little sunlight? Because it's sunscreen thing. That's not all right. It's okay.
Yes, kids, always wear your sunscreen. Listen to your parents. Go to
That's the one.
school.
That was a joke.
Wear your sunscreen.
That's a good. I love that line. That's such a
You
good line.
hear from beyond the curtains. The kids are like, "Boo! No, we love not wearing sunscreen." We love the ultraviolet rays of the sun, of the death orb above us. All
Being
right.
unhealthy is cool.
Yeah.
Sunburns rock.
And then the music hits. It's very, it's the organ. The hunch bunch is here, beyond your mind, but it's slightly different keys, so we don't get sued. And they all come out. They all come out, right? It's Dr. Von Igor. He's hunchback. You're freaking out the audience. You hear the kids screaming and people laughing and cheering to be like, "Oh, I'm being scared." The Phantom comes out as described. Count Vladimir. Give me what's Count Vladimir look like, Ned? Jess?
Oh, Count Vladimir wears like one of those like costume store collared cape things.
Mm-hmm.
And he has very clearly fake fangs put into his mouth too, flattened to his skull, black hair, like grease painted on, kind of a look.
Right. So he's kind of a little balding. So he totally loves the fact that he gets to color in some of that.
Yeah, it's paint.
Painted in. Good.
It's just paint.
Count Vladimir and the beautiful Cruella de Vil pulling off a very like Wednesday Addams / Addams Family.
She's so cool.
Morticia, I should say. Look, and she kind of is leading the procession. She's got this skull in her hand with a bit more of the dry ice effect, and it's the Hunch Bunch. And then after a bit, it's a pause, and the music kicks in for Ned Hogg and Glenn the dermatologist. And I say coming out first is you're coming out together, so. But you come out to Glenn, the dermatologist's music. What is your entrance and what is your music?
It's whatever commercial for a like skincare product.
Right. It starts playing. Right.
And then it leads until the FDA warning while we're in the ring.
By the way,
waiting for the match to start.
Right. There's no music. It's just a PSA of skincare.
Talking that takes forever.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's like, "Oh, it's Glenn's coming." But there's this contingent who is cheering, and they've got like their phones up, and that's your skin squad. The dermatologist, the skin squad is your followers from your YouTube days, and then Ned Hogg comes out to this because you're fully fine with not coming out to your own music right now. And even though JJ and a few of the other creatives backstage would like to boost you up more, you probably went in and said, "Yeah, let's get Mr. Glenn his thing." Glenn, could you?
FDA thing.
Oh shoot, I forgot to have you guys did do a promo. So both of you, Ned Hogg, first, since you cut a promo, and it says, when you take the mic and speak your mind, roll plus look.
All right. I rolled a 7, so that's a 6.
Oh, is your look that bad?
I have -1s across the board except for my work, which is a +2.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wait, you're able to take -1s across the board?
I start with -1s.
Oh, because you're the call up. All right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Okay. So on a botch, the promo does not connect,
No.
but you do gain 1 momentum. So put that aside. You gain a momentum. It doesn't connect, and I'll roll me a d8, please.
2 again. Sorry.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Perfect. So it's more that the audience is just getting into it. It's not really. It doesn't connect. You're just a little too. You're just a little too baby face. It's not. There's not umph there yet. So remember, you do have a +1 momentum. And with the folks that you are with in the ring, we'll say you have a +1 heat with the Hunch Bunch right now. Both of you. Glenn, the dermatologist, please roll me to cut that promo when you took the mic and spoke your mind about skincare.
I got an 8, and I add it to my
It's a roll plus look.
look. Okay, so I have a look of +2. So I got
So somehow the kids are booing about skincare, but the parents are like, "This is a really good idea. It's good information. It's climate change is coming, and we need to protect ourselves." So you connect with the audience, and so you may pick 2, and the 2 choices you get to pick are make creative book you in a match which they've already booked. So you've got that there. You may add a stipulation to a relevant match, meaning you may add a stipulation to this match or maybe a match coming up if you want to hold on to that. The Hunch Bunch comes out to respond to your promo, so it's a little back and forth. Or you gain +1 heat with the subject of your promo. So you already are starting with a +1 with them. You can go with a +2.
Yeah, I'll take the heat, and then I get another one, right?
Yes.
The stipulation is if we win, Cruella has to go on a date with me.
This just in from creative. GM JJ says if you win, Cruella de Vil has to agree to at least 1 dinner date with Glenn, the dermatologist, and we already know that we've booked you to lose this match.
Yeah.
Glenn, you're such
There's no risk here.
Yeah, there's no risk, but it's total premise of the match. It plays up into the match. They're all like, Cruella is like, ugh, just bummed by this, and then a charge is going to come running into this match. So,
Perfect.
So you guys come into the ring after the PSA of skincare is played over the announcer, the speakers. And as a tag team, you are. I will put you in control of the match. The Phantom comes in, and it's Tim Capanova and Alapai. Who would you like to be as color commentator? Big Al Holcomb, the ambassador of wrestling. We have seen Phil Holt or Eva Khalil.
I can be Eva Khalil.
Okay, Eva Khalil is in this match. Actually, I'm going to switch that around, and special guest commentator is Plumeria, sister of Charg, at the at the ring, still pining maybe for Glenn the dermatologist. Who knows? And so you two start the match. The Phantom is in the ring. You two will decide who is the legal man, who's the one that's going to start off this match, and the other one's waiting to be tagged in.
Glenn starts, does finger guns at Cruella, and then tags Ned right out the gate.
Go comes in with the tag. Right. Plumera, looks like your ex-fiance is ready for this match. Oh no, he tags in Ned Hogg. Tags in the Gentle Giant. What do you think of that, Plumera?
Well, I don't really have any. I mean, I did like him, but he's already going after this other woman. I mean, that feels a little quick.
Well,
Possibly the advice given to you by your monosyllabic monster brother, foster brother, Chard. Him no good, if I have to quote your brother.
That's looking to be true.
That is looking to be true. All right, it's top of the match here. We got Ned Hogg versus the Phantom. The Phantom kind of is doing his moves. Ooh, oh. And so Ned Hogg, you are in control of the match. What are you doing?
All right. First thing I'm going to do is stride forward, hold my hand out for a handshake, and shake his hand.
Nice. It looks like I'm going to say that you are working the audience. You're trying to pump him up.
Accidentally, absolutely. I just want to shake his hand.
Yeah. Roll plus audience, please.
I rolled a 7, but I have that +2, I think, right?
Right.
So 9's not bad. That's not
so gain another momentum. You will be holding on to that to spend very later. You got to hold out your hand, and the audience is like, "Oh no, don't do that!" And the Phantom kind of swats your hand away. Ha ha! Phantom's not having any of that, Plumera.
Definitely seems like Ned might not understand what's going on here.
It seems like Ned, that maybe Ned's just too friendly for this war in the squared circle between the Hunch Bunch here.
That's true. Ned is a very friendly person.
All right. Plumera. Ned Hogg still in control of the match. It doesn't say that the match you lose control, so you are still in control of the match. You kind of probably make a big deal of your hand getting swatted away by the Phantom as the Phantom tries to lunge in for you. What do you do?
For the making a big deal of it, I do one of these looks and go like, "Oh, that's not very sportsmanlike." Well, that's a shame. And as he goes for me, I want to do the thing where he goes for me and like tries to tackle me, but I don't move.
Okay, yeah, you're not selling it, right? Right. So that's athletic feat, which will be very good for you. Roll plus your body. Phantom comes in, dives in.
That's a 9 for me total.
Okay, it's a cool move, but you show a little strain. Now you gain another momentum. You're just building up momentum. So whatever your finishing move at the end, you cannot fail at that. You can just spend it. And you can pick either. You do it, but it actually hurts a little. And you have to forfeit your next scheduled match while you recover. Maybe kind of went too high and clunked you in the ribs, or maybe too low because you're a giant and clunked you in the groin. Or someone steps in to cover for you, and you pull it off with their help. If it's another wrestler, they gain plus momentum, plus 1 momentum.
Oh, I show a little strain, and maybe I reach back and tag in my buddy.
Oh yeah, you kind of stumble back a bit as the Phantom much stronger than we thought. It's those hidden ghost muscles, Plumera.
Yeah, look, those ghosts really know how to hit hard, even on that big opponent there.
Yeah, the physical body's not much compared to the spirit.
Spiritual world, a very dangerous place for wrestlers.
Mm-hmm, that's right. That's why I do existential meditation. All right, back in the ring here. We see a tag to Glenn, and so for tag teams in wrestling, Glenn and Ned Hogg, when you're in tag match, you can do any of the following. When you make a hot tag to your partner, you bring them in at a critical moment. I don't know if this is a critical moment. They roll plus the heat that they have with them, or sorry, you roll plus any heat you have with them. They gain the result of the wrestling move, i.e., they retain control, they gain momentum, choose whether to gain momentum or retain control or botch. Or you can abandon the team. Oh, God. You can abandon this team right away by spending 2 momentum and describing how you leave your partner hanging to the mercy of the other team. This then books your team to lose the match, and you will gain +1 heat with one another. But you already booked for that. So we can go for a hot tag if you want, or you can just go for a regular tag and we get into wrestling, or you can spend momentum and screw over your partner.
Well, I would never dream of screwing over my partner, but I do think it would be funny if if Vladimir comes around the other side after I leave and then tries to fight me there, and then I get really confused and try to like figure out what's going on while Glenn's like
in the ring.
I'm just ignoring him because I'm like, wait, but we're supposed to be fighting in there, and I
don't. Yeah. You don't. You're still loose on the concept of like, no, we're the bad guys, and I'm doing bad guy stuff. You know.
I don't. Your friend isn't. I don't know.
Right. All right. So at that moment, the you kind of stumble back. It's a hit. Glenn tags you on the shoulder and comes in as the legal man, goes after the Phantom. Vladimir sneaks down, crawls under the ring like a vampire, and is about to pop up. But we cut over to Glenn, the dermatologist, who is in control of this match. What are you doing?
Do I still have that +3 momentum?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm against the Hunchback, or who am I against?
Right now, you are. Hunchback is just outside the ring. Cruella's outside the ring. The only legal members of this match are the Phantom and Count Vladimir.
Say, is that a mole on the back of your neck there? Would you mind me taking a quick look at it right now?
Are you trying to go for your finish, even though you're booked to lose? You definitely can overtake
I'm never gonna use that +3 momentum unless I do it now. So.
That's right. All right. So you go for your finish. The check the mole. Go for the sleeper.
Yeah,
the headlock.
SPF 1000.
the SPF 1000. Oh no, Blumera Glenn is trying to point out a mole on the back of the Phantom. There, we've seen this. We've seen this one before.
Oh yeah, he looks at that skin real well.
He's examining his skin real well. Looks like he's winding up for the SPF 2000, and Phantom plays along, even though he's a little confused, like, wait, I'm supposed to be winning. All right, yeah. And he's kind of like, what? You know, what's on my back? And he turns his back to you, and you try to go for your finish.
Yeah, which is a sleeper mode move, but
right. You leap
right when I do it.
You leap on his back. There he is. He's leaping for the SPF 2000. And suddenly, Tim Capanova says, "Well, there's a commotion coming from back in the locker room. It's Charg. It's Charg. It's your brother Charg." And Charg comes running out. So Alapai, you run into this match because you see, okay, he's gonna go for the finish, and this is how the finish is supposed to be. You're supposed to, come for the run in, and so Alapai, could you roll plus heat with the wrestler that you're coming after? So how much heat do you have with Glenn? Is it 2, I believe?
I think it's 3. Because it was 1, and then just like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Right. Oh my God. Okay. So roll plus the amount of heat you have with the wrestler as you come in.
With +3, that makes it a 6.
Nice.
What? Charg! Brendan Sutherland, you're supposed to be our monster here. Oh my God. All right. Oh geez. So we go for, oh man, shit. Just roll me a d8, please. I'm gonna pick through my hard moves.
8.
Oh, son of a gun. Yep. You go running in, and you're like, like backstage, one of the veterans, like the most respected veteran, Cesar Garrido, he kind of taps you. He's like, "Here you go, kid, go for it." And you go running out. As I said, there's curtains onto piping and all of that, and it wraps up around your leg, and you go diving out, like tripping, and into the audience. You go spilling, knocking over audience members. The kid who just got a new lime slushy is just splatters all over him.
Ned.
Unsure what's green on him is the slushy or
your
the paint.
Skin.
You go slamming into all of these audience members, and Marlene Mack, junior official, referee, sees what's going on, and she quickly whispers into Glenn's ear, like, "Just go for the finish. We just book to win. There's no way we can make this look good." So Glenn, and the Phantom hears that too, and he's like, "Shit, all right, go." He's like, "Go for it." And he leans back into the sleeper, and starts to fall asleep in your arms. So Glenn, describe not only your finish, but also the mechanics of the finish move.
Okay. Well, it is like a sleeper hold, like $1 Million Dream, except I think instead of going up on the side of the head, I go up over the eyes to kind of
right, yeah,
to like block the UV rays, I guess. Which I do care about.
Nice. And so he just drops. The Phantom starts to drop down as Vladimir pops up. Yes, sorry.
And I whisper the product that I'm currently pushing in the ear of the guy. So the last thing he hears before he passes out is my advertisement.
Yeah, the advertisement. And the Phantom is like, "Oh my God, seriously." And you lean back with him, just as we see on the outside of the ring, to distract a bit of the audience. Is Vladimir pops up and starts to fight and distract Ned Hogg. So of course he can't jump in the ring, and Vladimir's like, make it look good, kid. We had to call an audible, and you two are winning this match. And so what do you do, Ned Hogg?
Oh, I definitely see my buddy Charg is like kind of eating it over there. So I know I'm supposed to take the attention away. So I just deck Vladimir really hard, like way harder than I should.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna go for work real stiff by accident.
An audible. I remember what that. Okay, fucking.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh no,
right.
no. Oh no.
Now it says work real stiff is when you actually want to hurt your opponent, but this can be by accident. So
it's an accident.
So just roll plus real.
5.
5.
Yeah,
Wonderful. 5 says on a botch you fucked up. take an injury, and creative then makes a hard move. So
I'm so sorry, Vladimir. I can't.
Ned doesn't actually know how to throw a punch. At 6'10",
yeah, no. He's an incredibly good, incredible wrestler, but he's like,
Oh,
so
but listen, Greyface DM is giving us $5. $5 for a
reroll. Reroll that, buddy. Reroll, Ned Hogg. Oh, thank you, Greyface.
That's
what was that?
Still a 6.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, wait. Do you have any momentum to spend?
I have 3 momentum to spend. How do I do that again?
Just add it. Like add as how much you want to it.
Then it is a 9.
But God, thank you, Griffiths. You
Can't take these emotions.
You had help. You had help from creative. Greyface, like creative Greyface was like, come on, kid. he's like posing as an audience member. Do it again. Just ball up don't put your thumb in your fist, kid. What are you doing? All right. So creative Greyface helps you out. You spend that momentum to your 6, you get a 9. So it hurts and you pick one. So it is you accidentally injure your opponent, or the match is booked and ended in no contest, but that's not going to happen because you guys aren't legal. Or the opponent loses one audience as you break the illusion of their toughness, or you gain +1 audience as the audience can see you're a legit badass.
Oh man, I don't think I play this as a badass. I think the other guy looks kind of bad because I think I hit him pretty hard, but I definitely show that I didn't mean to hit him that hard, and it's sad. It's not cool.
Nice. All right. The opponent loses one audience as you break the illusion of their toughness. They will probably have words with you afterwards as you give him a legitimate shiner, which the audience can't see because he's got his white Dracula's makeup on. But you see him like reel back, and he's like, "Don't!" And he's like, "Oh!" And I mean, you guys are fighting in the audience, so like, there's people who like not only hear this like thud against the face, but you're like, "Ow!" And he kind of stumbles back.
Oh, shoot.
And he's like, "Son of a bitch!"
Fudgesicles. Okay, sorry, lad.
Later.
Yep.
And he's like, and he just kind of gravels you. He's like, "Just wrestle me to the ground. We're talking about this later."
Okay.
And then you hear the ref Marlene Mack call the match, and the bell rings, and you all have won. The audience, most of the audience, was at least watching what happened between you two, as several others were trying to help Charg up. Charg, what were you doing? How did you get up from this fiasco?
Clumsily. I feel like I'm just like trying to get up and like keep slipping on various, like drinks. And so by the time I'm finally up, it's just like the match is over. It's like, and I just kind of like, I just walk away sadly with, I don't think the music's actually playing, but I do look back a little bit.
No, yeah, they tried to queue up. They tried to queue up some music. It's like some other wrestler's music. You're just backstage, like, oh, and Cesar Garrido, the veteran, is like, "Oh, that was so close, mijo. That was so close." And he's like, kind of patting you on the shoulder, like, "Oh," you kind of go back there. So right away, before we get on to, we're going to book it as our last match of the evening. The other matches kind of come and go. But as that match is going on, I want an out of character. First, it's an out of character talking head moment with Charg about the incident. And then we'll have an out of character moment with Ned Hogg and Count Vladimir, or the person who plays Count Vladimir. So Charg, the camera crew is there with you, and this is your out of character moment. You're kind of taking makeup off a little bit, and what they say. So Mr. Sutherland, what happened out there?
Oh, I can't believe that curtain just tangled me up so badly. That hurt. Those chairs are not very soft. Ow. I'm also just disappointed that I wasn't able to give the speech that Charg had to, stop that match. Just kind of ran and just fell. It's going to be my magnum opus for Charg.
Well, maybe possibly better luck next time, Mr. Sutherland. We'll work on that, and we'll work on making sure that the curtains are arranged correctly next time.
Yeah, hopefully that'll work better.
You're just taking the grease paint off your face. All right. And after that, it's Evan Edwards who plays Count Vladimir, and he's got this ice pack on his face. He's kind of sitting there in the locker room with the rest of the Hunch Bunch, and the Hunch Bunch is like, "Oh, it doesn't look too bad." And they're kind of laughing and whatnot, and maybe. In the corner, Glenn is talking to Cruella de Kill and like how they're going to go about their like the date angle next time we show up on the Friday Night Fracas. And so what do you do, Ned Hogg?
I think they're all having their nice moment, and then it's like the camera crews on them, and then from like out from the bathroom comes Ned Hogg, and like the camera like does a quick pan over, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And Ned Hogg will just be like, "Evan, I'm so sorry. That was just a fudgesicle moment, wasn't it, buddy? I feel really. Do you want? I mean, I don't know if it would make you feel any better. If you could just get the cameras out for just a second." Evan, if you want to just take an honest shot at me right now, I feel like if that would help you to kind of feel a little bit more of an even, tit for tat, kind of an eye for an eye, maybe, literally for you, maybe, I don't know.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. It happens. It's fine. It totally happens. Maybe we can make this into something. I don't know. Maybe the Hunch Bunch will try to go after you or something. We'll think of something.
Nice
But you gotta look. I want to let me work with you. Let's work on some punches. You can't just slug me in the face. You're a big boy.
I did it. I never really. Can I be honest with you? I never actually punched anybody before.
What?
I'm like a wrestler with like, you take you down.
Oh no! I've seen you wrestle. You're a beast.
I mean, in Saskatchewan, you don't get those kinds of frick-a-frack,
Frick-a-frack, eh? Okay. Well, you know what?
Really
Let's talk to JJ and a few of the others, Mr. Grayface, and then we'll see what creative thinks. Maybe we can work an angle with the Hunch Bunch, and we'll try to do something, and it'll be retribution for punching me in the eye. But do me a favor, I got to start to look tough. I lost a little audience there. I lost a little stroke. So
you're tough. You're a tough dude. You're a tough cookie. And I think
Thanks,
whatever
Ned.
you need, buddy. I got your back. I mean it.
Thanks, Ned. And
yeah, absolutely, bud. Absolutely. You want to shake on it? We'll shake on it. Huh?
Yeah, and he kind of pulls the ice pack. You see, it's already swelling.
That's a real shiner, bud. Oh boy, back where I come from, you just want to dive your head straight into the snow with a shiner like that. Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Don't rub it in.
I'm sorry.
Don't rub it in.
Oh boy, I'm just what a patoot,
So then he goes and they start to work on a few things, probably talking to creative about what to do for the next time's action. Matches outside are finishing up. There's some good ones to try to redeem the night for what's been happening. Man, we were just having a tough time with Charg, and
poor Charg.
And then we have the match of the night, which is going to be Swordfish against Bedlam, and we worked on that. We believe that the Swordfish was winning this one. Okay. Scott or Bedlam is ready for it. He comes out to his music. It's just this maniacal punk song playing, and he's already like lifting chairs up and kind of chucking them down. He actually grabs a chair, throws it in the ring. He's like, his red hair is is wet and then flopping back and forth. He's not even in wrestling gear. He's kind of in just street clothes. He's got like jorts, like cut off jean shorts and combat boots, and hands taped up. And he gets in the ring, just starts biting the ropes and everything. So with Swordfish, Uncle Theo and announces the Swordfish. What's the music and the entrance for Swordfish? And give me the full description here.
Smoke on the water.
Nice. Right.
So smoke on the water comes. Obviously, purple smoke billows out from the curtains, and as I work it out with maintenance, and while everyone's looking at the curtains for me to come out, I actually dive from the catwalk upstairs, which is not safe, which is not a very safe catwalk. But I have like a bungee, and I bungee down into the ring.
Right, we spent the money on that. Although we do know that we picked unsafe work conditions as one of our things.
It snaps on me instantaneously.
Well, give me the move. Give me the work the audience.
Work that audience.
So that's your roll plus any audience. Roll plus any audience you may have.
I have one audience, and I rolled a 5. So that's that's a 6.
That's a 6. So it does snap on you. You gain 1 momentum, which you can spend later on, just not right now. Not that would have helped. Shit, give me a D8. I'm gonna probably say you injure yourself legitimately, but
7.
Okay. Right. So that is will steal their victory, proverbially their worst enemy. So I am actually going to say that there's going to be a run-in by somebody posing as Deep End. Because creative wants this big heat, this momentum to build up, and they already see after you the bungee kind of snaps, you save yourself from breaking your leg by tumbling and rolling. The audience already, as soon as they saw you up in the rafters with the thing, cleared out. They weren't like, ooh, neat, they're gonna bungee into the ring. They're like, no. They're deep. Swordfish is obviously going to come crashing down on us, so they moved out of the way. And the kid with the lime slushie is like, no, just leaves. He leaves. Leaves without his parents. He's like, I can catch the bus. I'm good. This is my 4th one. I'm not buying another green slushie. And it snaps. You kind of roll and save yourself a bit and make it look good, but it definitely is a botch. And you do get momentum and make your way into the ring. So I am saying that you will start with control of the match as the announcements have been made by Uncle Theo Perapoulos. And your match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and you, young man, heading towards the door with the green slushie, stay and wait. You never know what's going to happen. No, you're not in danger. You're perfectly safe. Get back here. And he says, weighing in at, 300 insane pounds from the Mental Institute, that no one wants to go to. Not that anybody wants to go to a mental institute, but it is Bedlam and and he's rattling the chair in the ring, totally trying to fire up the audience. And then he points and he says, the high flyer from the deep end, the fathomless highlight reel. This is Swordfish. What do you do then? You can still try to work the audience a little bit. You haven't fully.
Swordfish comes up. Ankle has clearly rolled.
Yeah. Yep. It hurts. You can feel that it's starting to hurt and swell.
Show must go on. Show must go on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
8.
8. Sweet.
Work that crowd.
Yeah. The audience plays along. They're into it, and you gain another momentum. Another one that you can you all could do if you just wanted to gain momentum that you can do once per episode is Cheap Heat. It's when you either insult or praise the audience or their hometown, and we're all in our hometown. You gain 1 momentum, and you get this Cheap Heat can only be used once per episode. So, and the match starts. You are in control of the match. Senior official Scoot Bumsky is the referee for this match. I'm Tim Capanova, play-by-play man, here with color commentator. Who haven't used it? Tony. Would you like to play Eva Khalil, Phil Holt, or the ambassador of wrestling, Bill Al Holcomb?
I think I'm gonna do Bill Al Holcomb.
Big Al Holcomb is our ambassador of wrestling. Big Al Holcomb's one of those like retired from wrestling, guys who moved on to color commentating. And he says, I'm here for the main event with my old pal, Big Al Holcomb, the ambassador of wrestling.
Yes.
Yes.
Here again. I love being by the ring. I love being around the ring. I love the smell of it. You know what I mean? The smell of it.
Oh, I know what you're smelling, Big Al. You're smelling some of those banh mi sandwiches that you can get right at the arena there. We still have some. I believe we've got 2 chickens and a pork meatball. Let's get back into the ring now. And they start to circle one another, Swordfish and Bedlam screaming. The senior official Scoot Bumsky says, throw that chair out of the ring, Bedlam. And Bedlam is like, acting like he's gonna hit you with it. And then Scoot Bumsky grabs it and throws it out of the ring. The audience is like, whoa, oh my god! And would have almost made that'd have been a DQ for Bedlam, just the way Bedlam likes it there, Big Al. You ever face somebody the likes of Bedlam, Big Al?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Back in the day, I don't know if you remember this, but 25 years ago, there was a wrestler by the name of Insano. He was crazy. He was very crazy and very, very scary.
Oh, incredibly scary. He had the insane claw, I remember. And
yeah.
I believe legitimately crazy.
Yeah, he came after me with a wrench once. I still got a scar right here. Do you want to see it? Your clavicle is the strangest looking thing, Big Al. I don't know what's keeping you together, really. Just muscle and vim and vigor, really. Mm-hmm. So in the ring, Swordfish, you have control of the match. And what are you going to do? You are booked to win this match, but Creative wants to get a little more heat after that near-death entrance, and will have a kind of a run-in with somebody dressed as Deep End. So,
Swordfish is going to start off big with an athletic feat.
Okay.
Out of the basic moves section.
Yes, sir.
And I will roll, and then I will narrate.
Okay.
7, 8 again.
An 8. All right. It's a cool move, but you show the strain of this move, and you gain 1 momentum, and you get to pick out of this list. So give me the narration. What you get to pick from it is you're going to do the move, but it hurts, and you have to forfeit your next scheduled match while you recover. Or someone steps in to cover for you, and you pull it off with their help. If it's another wrestler, they gain +1 momentum. Basically, it means you went for like a big power move and you couldn't do it. And so Bedlam helps you, like, Bedlam kind of lifts their body higher or whatnot, and then they will gain a bit of momentum. But non-player wrestlers don't get to do anything with momentum. This would be more if it was player versus player.
When you run back and forth and bounce off the ropes.
Yeah.
Swordfish has a maneuver called the torpedo that is like that, and actually jumps onto the bottom rope to
leap upward. Oh, nice.
To trebuchet themselves.
A little rich swan style for those of you who know.
But that rolled ankle cannot find the rope.
Yeah, it's having a hard time.
Pulls off the new maneuver. Gonna hurt myself and have to miss the next match.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you pull it off, but you feel, oh man, your leg you feel the ankle just swelling. Under the wrapped in that boot, so in your mind, as soon as I take this fucking boot off, it's just going to be the size of a grapefruit. But yeah, you pull off the move. The torpedo goes diving into a Bedlam, and Team Capanova says, "Oh, he's gone for the torpedo already, Big Al, right off the rope there. He's not getting all of it, but he hits him with it, Big Al. What do you think of that?"
I think you did an amazing job with that big helmet on. I don't know how you can pull off a move like that. This kid's got talent.
Right. Yeah. You would think, senior official Scoop Bumsky took a plastic chair out of the ring, but Swordfish is still wearing a iron diving helmet on their heads. But part of the gimmick, and you gotta love it. And you go diving in, headbutt comes in, hoof. Hits Bedlam. Bedlam goes rolling back, knows what to do after that, kind of flops to the ring onto their back. You're still in control of the match.
Gonna go for a classic elbow drop wrestling move.
Yeah. The wrestling move comes around.
11.
You got it.
I come down, do the elbow drop, and when I'm next to a Bedlam's head, oh my God, I'm hurt. I'm really hurt. No, I'm really, really hurt. I don't know how we're gonna pull this off.
Right. So you come down for the hit at which is probably acrobatic skills. So you've rolled with your body, I assumed. It's or your work. Which is a bit more of a technique. So the crowd pops as you nail the spot. You retain control of the match, and you take another +1 momentum as you yell, "Holy crap, I'm hurt!" and Bedlam says, "Hey, do you want to wrap it up early? Hey, how you doing? You want to call it?"
We gotta wait for this damn deep end thing.
All right. Let me work on me from the floor. And then he kind of rolls onto you like you guys are rolling around the ring, like punch, and rolling and trying to keep you off your feet as much as possible. But you are still in control of the match. What do you do?
While rolling on the ground, gonna he rolls me into the corner and like props me up against the pylon. I'm just like doing what I can to like work my weight
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wrestle move that as
what stat were you using?
I was gonna use wrestling body,
Okay.
athletic ability. Although
Yep.
I'm doing a lot of dexterity things. But it is
Body kind of covers all of that. It's an acrobatics as well as strength when you apply a wrestling move.
Weird. Yeah, because they let me do work also.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or you can use any of your gimmick moves that you probably have on your sheet.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it.
Save it for something special.
Yeah,
Hit it.
That's a 6.
That's a hell of a maneuver. Oh my God, Big Al! Your ankle just gives it up, gives up the goose. Oh, Big Al, what do you think of that?
Well, they just don't make ankles like they used to.
No, they do not make ankles like they used to, my friend. You botched the spot. Your opponent describes how they counter you or saves you from disaster and then takes control of the match. So Bedlam then sees you kind of stumbling forward as your ankle kind of gives out, and they grab you and roll you over for like a little cradle clutch pin, and he says, I'm worried about your ankle, boss. I'm just pinning you here. And just as he goes for the pin and the roll up, and Scoot then begins the count because he sees, all right, we're going for the pin. You hear Deep End's music go. And what is Deep End's music, anyways? What's it like?
Wet ass pussy.
So we get sued some more because we were playing more licensed music, and we have mainstream appeal, I guess. And
That's that pop.
Yeah, it is
until
a pop.
We get too big. Until we get big enough to get sued.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she runs down and. She's going to try to do that perfect run and slide. Just that run and slide.
Slide it in the ring. She slides into the ring just as Scoop Bobski is about to come down with the final 3 count, and his back is turned, and I mean his back's supposed to be turned. This is part of the deal, and she slides in and shoves Bedlam, who rolls over from the cradle, puts you on top and rolls out of the way. So it's if to say, or as Tim Capanova says, "Oh, it's Deep End. What's she doing in this ring? Are we having some sort of like intergender showdown or whatnot?" Oh, she's helping Swordfish get the win. Like Swordfish needed the win. So it's this embarrassing, like, oh, you need a Deep End to help you get the win. And she drops it over. Bedlam takes the pin. It's the 1, 2, 3 count. Swordfish, you get the win. Oh, Big Al, what'd you think of that?
Well, that just wouldn't have happened back in the days when I was wrestling.
No, wouldn't happen back in the day. You're right. And the ambassador of wrestling, Big Al, Big Al Holcomb. You're right. It wouldn't happen. You'd be surprised to see it. And so that happens. The match comes to its conclusion. The audience was cheering, especially because they got to see Deep End or somebody dressed as Deep End come out in her like luchador mask and just cheering and hollering. And then just as quickly as she came in, dives out.
Yes.
Dives out, and the kid with the lime slushy is so excited he throws his slushy in the air. He doesn't care. He's like, "Oh my God, I got to see Deep End," and so after that match ends was a little backstage moment with Swordfish, and you guys had agreed to like a little backstage schmoz. Bedlam would come running in to slug you as you're giving your interview, but they decided to make it you sitting down, and then he'd come in and like start pummeling you as you're sitting down in a locker room. So we'll take the interview. All of you are there. Char, Glenn, Ned Hogg. You're all kind of dressing down at this final match, and the backstage reporter comes across and says, Swordfish, you gained the win, but you gained the win through an odd mean, through a friend, an ally.
I'm unsure of what you're talking about. The deep end thing. That was a lapping wave. That was nothing. That was
Got your helmet open from the side so no one can see in.
Once again, just a glory hog.
Yeah.
This is why Deep End needs to be taken down and unmasked in public. And there can only be one of us. There can only be one nautical themed wrestler. I'm going to corner the market and handle all this merchandising.
Right. Well, we're going to see. It's going to be a hell of a match. Probably going to be one of our very first intergender matches. I don't know when that's going to... Holy! And then Bedlam comes in and he starts like... clubbing the top of your thing. He's like, you and me, next time, no DQ stipulation. He wouldn't say stipulation. He said no DQ, hardcore Swordfish. And he said, you heard it here. Tim, take it away. Tim Capanova's like, my God, next time we're going to see Swordfish and Bedlam in a no DQ falls count anywhere hardcore match here on Friday Night Fracas. Tune in next time. We'll see Charg doing stuff. We'll see Ned Hogg, the Gentle Giant, and Glenn the Dermatologist. We'll see how that Match.com date happens between Glenn the Dermatologist and Cruella de Kill, and what's going to happen with the Hunch Bunch. Please tune in next time. I'm Tim Capanova, and for Big Al Holcomb, Phil Holt, and the beautiful Eva Khalil, we wish you all good night, good fight, and stay healthy. And that's how we end this Friday Night Fracas for Worldwide Wrestling. Now that we've ended it, we the audience portion of it, we're at the end of the episode. You have a thing called cooling off. Cooling off. So each character loses one heat with any character they didn't have a segment with or otherwise significantly interact with during this episode. I'm going to skip that because I just wanted you all to kind of get used to some of the rules and how to use momentum and audience and all of that, because you guys didn't really interact with one another. You didn't have one-on-one matches with one another or tag matches, so we're skipping that. For future endeavor of the end of the episode is any characters that have zero audience are fired from the company. But for us, we were saying you get 3 chances before you have to reinvent your character, probably pick a brand new playbook or a gimmick. Their player can make a new character or take over a non-player wrestler if they wish to continue or reinvent themselves. Anybody with zero audience? We all had zero audience. So that's the end of episode moves. At the start of episode, we check how much audience we had before. We start to build up and we start to hopefully make the promotion better. And also you will then start to gain advanced moves by checking some of your wants and things like that. But I believe everybody's wants are still hanging in the balance. Ned Hogg still needs to join a group. Glenn getting mainstream recognition could be something that we'll pursue during the date. So we'll have some out of arena scenes where you're on a date with Cruella de Kill. And Swordfish wants the adulation of the crowd. That got a little countered by the deep end maneuver. And Charg wants the adulation of the crowd, but man, those roles were not with you tonight. So yeah, that's where we end it. I'm sorry we went just a little long. I just wanted to make sure we had some stuff covered.
I have one epilogue.
Yeah.
Out in the parking lot in an old mobile sedan, Swordfish comes, sits down, sitting in shotgun, is deep end. Swordfish takes off his helmet. It's the fire marshal.
Nice. Right. Yeah, it takes off the helmet and right, and then imaginary audience, the audience that can see of the storylines was like, it's Fire Marshal Bevins. It was like, that wasn't the real Swordfish. They're like, yeah, Fire Marshal Bevins is like limping, like, oh, fucking son of a bitch. That rolled my knee.
It's a total Bruce Wayne thing. Like, wait a minute, Fire Marshal.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Fire Marshal Bevins is the fake Swordfish. Nice. All right. Well, I hope you had fun. And
Thank you so much. We had an amazing time here on Midway Wrestling Alliance. Thank you to our players. We'll see you in 2 weeks on Friday night for more hot wrestling action and drama from our wonderful players and ensemble at Midway Tabletop. We'll see you soon, wrestling fans. And as the MC says, good night, good fight. Stay healthy out there. Bye-bye.
don't roll your ankle.
All right, just a little note about what's coming up soon. We have a bunch of stuff. As you can see, we have our new show, Midway Wrestling Alliance, playing the Worldwide Wrestling powered by the Apocalypse game, second edition playtest. So you'll be able to preview all the cool stuff. We're working with the author to do that. Thank you for that. Of course, thank you to Greyface DM for a couple donations. That's supporting our amazing folks here and on the stream, and both cast and crew benefit from those donations, so please keep them coming. Next up on Sunday, we're going to have the Blackbird D&D with our tireless Dungeon Master, Marcus Flores, keeping things going with a bunch of hilarious bartenders with the gift of gab playing D&D for the first time, Blackbird D&D, and on Sunday at 2 p.m., and then, of course, Tuesday, we're going to have the Eternium Road, Episode 11, the conclusion of the Deeplington storyline. What shall happen? It's going to be exciting. And then at the end of the week, next Friday, we're going to have myself, Marty Kaplan, an executive producer, running Delta Green, playing a little scenario called Death of Hippie, wherein we learn why in 1967, Haight-Ashbury, you should not take the brown acid. A horror game of cosmic proportions. Now, more is coming, of course. Please participate in chat, support us, go ahead and watch commercials, and we'll see you soon from Midway Tabletop. Have a great weekend. Cheers and goodbye.